Welcome to Talk Around Riyadh, the Wheel of Time showcast. I am your host, Joe Perry, here with my co-hosts, Jen Isco and Tom Kokoza. Jen, how are you doing this morning?
Joe, this is like Christmas for Talk Around Riyadh. This is like Christmas morning. Last night was Christmas Eve. I didn't get to attend Christmas Eve, but I'm here. This is what we want to do every episode, is unwrap and savor everything that we have received from the Wheel of Time. I was unavailable yesterday, so this is my first time talking about everything we got, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Let's go.
Tom, you've had a little bit of chatting last night. How do you feel this morning?
It's funny because I felt the exact same way. Obviously, it is the holiday season. I was decorating the house when I wasn't talking about the trailer, but like I felt like it was Christmas. I felt like we got this unbelievable present, and like the best Christmases of all, this morning, literally minutes before we started recording, another present just got dropped, and we're going to talk about that too. There's so much. I don't even want to talk about how I feel anymore. Let's just get going.
Yeah, so yesterday, CCXP, Wheel of Time panel, Rafe, Maddie, and Yosha were there, right? We got the teaser. They dropped the teaser that we thought they were going to drop. What we were wrong about were there was no additional cast there or casting announcements.
But we were right about release date as well.
And I will not take credit. That was John from What Up who had said the 13th, 14th, or whatever that time, and I was sticking with him because I trust John. So I don't think we should take credit for that. But yes, March 13th is the release date. I mean, we could take it back to a day or two before that, where there was that, what was it, the Telegraph article, where an interview with Rosamund Pike, and at the bottom it said Wheel of Time Season 3 will be released in March 2025, which I don't think that was supposed to be in that article.
I don't think that article was supposed to release until after CCXP.
That's also, we did not get an official casting at CCXP, but we got a casting that people discovered on the Prime Video page for the Wheel of Time Season 3 that has been officially posted.
What's that?
Did you not? Shora Adashlu is listed
as a cast member.
Cast member. So, unofficial, official, by accident, whatever. She's there. We don't know that she's definitely playing Elayne yet, though, right? It doesn't say Shora as Elayne, but it's there. So, there we go.
I didn't know that. So someone was talking about that.
Series posted it. I'm not sure who first discovered it, but that's where I saw it. And,
I haven't checked the actual Prime.
I haven't looked yet either.
Prime Video app yet. So I know the trailer's there. Somebody said it was there last night when I think I was on the Dusty Wheel. I think somebody mentioned that it was there. There were also some other clips that were shown exclusively at the con, and we're going to talk about those too. We haven't seen them, but we've read about them or heard about them. There was a short interview that after that first Thunder stage on the Amaleta stage. And Jen, I'm sticking by that pronunciation. Excuse me. And I have some notes on that. I know, Tom, you saw it too, because we were both like typing it into the chat at the same time. And then we also have a teaser to break down, a whole minute and 18 seconds.
Oh my gosh! It feels like more.
About 19 or 20 of that is just like black screen and the Prime logo. But still,
that's fine.
There's a lot of cuts in this. There's got to be about like 40 or 50 different cuts in this. I don't know the exact number yet. But yeah, we need to get into this. But I know before we get into the teaser, we wanted to talk about this article, Tom, that dropped. Did it drop today or was it last night?
I saw it this morning. I think it dropped overnight.
Screen Rant.
But yeah.
Screen Rant article.
Yeah,
Can I just ask a question? Did you guys watch the stream live?
Which stream live?
The Omelette
Thunder stage?
Yeah, the Omelette stream.
So did they black?
No, the Thunder stage was not live. You could have watched that.
Oh, so this is where they showed this.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we did not know before this morning that they had shown these scenes.
No, we did yesterday.
It was kind of leaked what was there.
Posting who were there on Twitter.
Okay.
So
how many scenes did they show?
2. So
we don't know what the second one was.
Elayne Perry was on the Dusty Wheel. Carly Lane Perry, who writes for Collider. I always get all those places mixed up. Is it Collider? Am I right? I'll have to cut this out.
I don't know.
You should have just not said it, Joe. But yes.
I'm pretty sure it's Collider. Yes, thank you, Amis, for confirming.
Okay.
I thought I had it right,
All
but sometimes I get Collider, Decider, all of those places.
Those are very different.
Yeah.
I know, but
Yes, yeah. So
anyway, Carly Lane Perry from Collider, who writes for Collider, was on the Dusty Wheel yesterday, and she did mention that she saw people who had been tweeting or posting about it, that there were 2 additional scenes shown. And one of those scenes is in the Screen Rant article. I'll read the first line from the article, or do you want to read the first line, Tom?
Well, just tell me what the other one was, since we don't know anything about it.
The second
we do
one.
know. Okay, go ahead, Joe.
But we don't have an article that like describes everything, right?
No.
Yeah.
You want to know what the other scene was?
Yes.
Go ahead, Tom. Tell her what the other scene was.
The other scene is Rand and Lan training for the sword.
Okay.
And then while that's happening, Moiraine and Egwene are having a conversation about men going mad and what they can do to kind of help guide Rand as long as possible. This one, and I guess Joe, I'll
not as good.
I'll read the first line of this Screen Rant article talking about the other scene. I'm
sorry. Amis posted Twitter screenshots, and it's translated. And the last line of it says, Moiraine and Egwene in the distance talking about the madness of male plumbers.
Yeah, I mean, these things are hard to get that direct Portuguese to English translation sometimes. So that's all right.
Sorry.
So in this one, The Wheel of Time Season 3 Episode 1 footage has been shown at 2024 CCXP, showcasing Leandrin, that's Kate Fleetwood, getting confronted by the 13 sisters in an explosive opening for the fantasy series. So this looks like, as you read through the article, Joe,
you have to read the next. You can't start talking about it until you read that second paragraph.
Sure. So there we go. Now, Prime Video has delivered the first explosive footage from Wheel of Time Season 3 Episode 1. It begins with women in blue and white walking past those in red to the throne room of the Amyrlin seat, establishing that the Watcher of the Seals is also coming. Leandrin accuses Swan Sanche of breaking custom laws, but after a lengthy conversation about Rand and Moiraine escaping, Leandrin's accused of being a dark friend. This results in a fight between Leandrin and 13 sisters after the former uses her powers inside the chamber. So
13 sisters.
Now, we talked about this. This is, they're in.
There's more. There's more.
Yeah, there's more. Yeah. Okay. Well, you said the first paragraph. I'm trying to not.
Well, I meant.
Yeah. Right. So I keep going. The battle makes it look like Leandrin will have the upper hand, even cutting a woman in half with her powers.
Shredding.
With all this.
Shredding.
Yeah.
Literally shredding.
When all the sisters fall, the fight becomes between her and Swan, who arrive at a stalemate when they both fall. Now, here's the part that I think is even, that's bananas, but here's the part that I think is even more nuts, because it changes what we thought might be happening here. The scene then cuts to Rand and Moiraine out on the city streets, seemingly aware of what's going on inside the throne room. Right, and the footage ends on a cliffhanger with a promise from showrunner Rafe Judkins that there are 10 more minutes. They continue in the same vein after that.
So is this Kyrian or Tarvalon?
No,
I think it's Kyrian.
It says.
I think it's. I think it's
Amyrlin's throne room.
I think it's Kyrian.
I think it's Kyrian too.
Because there's only that many sisters there, and if it was the throne room, there'd be 21 sisters in there if the Amyrlin was coming. Because there'd be 3 sitters from every.
Well, they don't always all attend though.
How many sisters were in Kyrian that we counted?
There were 2 from every.
There was 14. I think,
there was.
right? Didn't
there were
we?
2 from every. Right, there were 2 from every.
So take somebody out. Wait, 14.
Leandrin. They take Leandrin out.
Leandrin out, but then Leane and
Varen. Right, so Leane would be there.
Varen.
Yeah, Varen was there already. No, Varen was there already. So,
it's Kyrian.
I think it's Kyrian.
But then Rand and Moiraine go back to Kyrian.
I think they go back to Kyrian. I think maybe we go back to. We were trying to figure out when we were talking about our episode breakdowns. It's like Rand ruling Falm. Is that where he's like establishing himself? But it makes a lot more sense for like the political intrigue stuff, and the fact that we know that that Anver's back in this season for some reason, if like they go back to Carienne, and that's where he establishes his base of operations as the dragon.
So everybody goes back to Carienne together?
Yeah, well, that's definitely okay. So we don't want to get too like confused about stuff, but that's confirmed in the interview on the Omelette stage. That everyone is still together at the beginning of season 3.
Yes.
There's no time jump. They're separate. They're all together. So yeah, I think they all go back there, and that's where he kind of establishes himself.
Do you think it starts in like?
I think it could be. Yes, I think it'll be like
there could be a time jump. They could have all went to Carienne.
Yes, I think that could be your time jump, but it's minimal, and that they're all still together.
So not much. Yeah, the understanding would be that really not much has happened in between. They just traveled. Really, is all that really happened.
So it's a little easier to get to the Aiel Waste from Carienne.
Yes, and it's also close
than it is to get there from Fall.
It's also close to Tarvalon too, so they could easily split up and go.
Yeah.
But the girls wouldn't now all of a sudden go back to I don't know. It's weird.
Going back to Tarvalon.
They could be going back to Tarvalon. Yeah, like we're stopped. Like we went to Carienne first, and blah blah blah. Whatever it could be.
Somebody reach out to this person who posted on Twitter and ask them where the scene took place.
Yeah.
It says in the White Tower. It says the coup, but this isn't the coup. So
it isn't the coup. Yeah.
But also the photos that we saw of the fight at the White Tower with warriors, was that in Carienne? We assumed it was it was Tarvalon.
Those are White Tower columns.
So then there's another fight in the tower.
Well,
later?
we also got to look at this teaser because there's scenes in there that look like there's a fight between Leandrin and Alana, and it looks like it's in Tarvalon. So.
But it could be Carienne.
There's also a scene in whatever. We're gonna get crazy about this, but there's also a scene. So this could be the White Tower. Maybe they all go. Maybe it starts off and they're there.
And
maybe
Rand and Moiraine are at the.
Maybe they all go back. I don't know. We got to figure it out. But like, because there's a scene in the trailer that is Leandrin sitting on the Amerlin seat and Lanfear's talking to her.
Yes.
Right. So when does that happen? Is that a dream? Is that
it could be?
Is that
everything
real?
in this trailer is Teleron Riad? Every single scene.
Everything. Although,
all right, let's get into it.
I'm having a hard time with this being. I need to see. Somebody needs to confirm this. We need to like put this out on social media everywhere you can and try to figure out where it was, because her throne room in Carienne looks very different than the throne room in the White Tower, and it should be very easy for anybody who's watched it to determine this is the White Tower versus Carienne.
Right. So the one thing that we have is somebody who was in the room, and they said it was the throne room, right? They said it was
the throne room of the right, which could be.
This is also a translation.
Either one.
Yeah,
it's also translated, right? But Yeah.
Well, the person who posted said the White Tower.
Yeah, they said the White Tower.
This article doesn't say the White Tower. It just says the.
But it says the coup in the White Tower, which this is not. So that could be why they're like, oh, this is the coup in the White Tower, but it's not the coup in the White Tower.
Yeah.
Right.
So
and the fact that Leandrin is getting the upper hand against 13 other channelers is wild to me. Is it because she surprises them, maybe? Because they're like not expecting her to attack them?
Well, they can't attack her.
They can in the defense of their own life.
Oh,
if she's attacking them, they can definitely attack
So
back.
she can like attack them first before they realize that she can attack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe she just gets a jump on everybody.
It says when
they go to shield her and she starts killing them.
Yeah.
So
it's like
there's other implications here too. If this is Carienne, right? It says when all the sisters fall. Yeah. Like I don't know if that means all 13. It says just her and a lot. It says it's just
fall down.
Yeah,
like they're not dead.
Yeah, like
because like Swan and Leandrin are not dead when they say they fall. Like they fall, they're unconscious or they're down. That's what I think that means by fall. I don't think that means they're all dead. Well, the one that's cut in half is dead. Probably.
Yes, that person's
I don't know if you can heal that. Is that healable? No, once you're dead, you're dead, right?
All right.
So
Should we get into this? Let's get into this teaser because we've already spent 20 minutes talking about this article.
Sews the girl up. Let's go. You're good. Get up.
All right. First thing we want to mention about the teaser, maybe the music. That
time.
It's like a remix version of the original Simon and Garfunkel / Bengals Hazy Shade of Winter. I like the lyrics. It fits in there perfectly. The time.
Weaving time in a tapestry. Like, how could you get more perfect than that? Perfect.
It seems like the real question is what took them so long?
Yeah.
But your thoughts on the choice, the music for the teaser?
Yeah, I like it. I think that, other than the perfect choice of lyrics and how that matches well, I think, I know that there was a little bit of this with season 2's music choice too, with that song Control. Like, and people are like, oh, it's not fantasy-ish enough. Like, I don't think that it needs to be like.
It's a trailer.
Right. And not only that, like, I think that the wheel of time and the cyclical nature of time and the fact that this is our future as well is like, it allows itself to like appropriately use modern-esque music in the trailers for it. I thought it was really well done and I liked it a lot.
Go ahead.
I like the way like they slowed it down because it's like uncomfortable, like a little bit uncomfortable and like anxiety inducing, which is like perfect for this season because you've no friggin' clue what like the stakes are being raised, everything's getting crazier and it's just like, what's happening. I don't know. It just like fits it.
It does, yeah. And they get to that great part of the song with the guitar. It's not a guitar riff in here. I think it's like strings, more of a strings part of it where it's like does that like walk up there, and it just kind of keeps doing it instead of doing the full riff that the guitar does in the song.
So it doesn't give you any satisfaction.
It doesn't drop. It just keeps building.
It's like,
yeah, it never resolves itself until that crazy end scene. But all right. So A+ on the music. First scene, right? This is first scene of the entire teaser. We've got what appears to be Rand, Moiraine, Lan, and a bunch of Aiel looking over the city of Ruidian.
Yeah, Ruidian, which looks awesome.
I'll say this just for everyone listening. I'm going to call out like times, like 1 second, 10 seconds, so you guys know what we're talking about, and just try to follow along with us if you want.
This one's 0 for me.
0 seconds.
This is 0 seconds. Yes, this is the very first scene in the teaser. So first thoughts when you saw this, Jen. Jen, I'm going to let you talk a lot because you have not gotten to talk about this yet. Tom and I had the luxury of talking about it for a few hours yesterday. So
who is next to Rand on Rand's right in the front, like right next to him?
That's a big dude, right?
Yeah. What the hell is he wearing?
Is that
like
Ruark?
He looks like his.
I think that might be Ruark. Yeah.
And then is this Moiraine on his left with
with that sweet
hat? Yes. And everybody else. Okay, so and then on the left of Moiraine, is that a wise one? Is that a wise one shawl?
I think it might be.
The two in the front are like wise ones, and everybody else are maidens in the back, right?
Well, not necessarily maidens. I think some of these people so do you see Lan? He looks like it looks like that's Lan between Rand and Ruark. We're just gonna say it's Ruark right behind, right? Because he's got a sword and he's in a different color outfit than the rest of them. He doesn't have any spears. So then to the right of him, I think that's Avienda.
The wise one or the maiden?
No, the
maiden.
The maiden.
The one right next to
between
Ruark
and the maiden, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, and the wise one. I think that's Avienda. Okay. Then some of these other Aiel spears. These
guys on the
there
right.
There are probably some guys in there. Maybe there might be a maiden, but I don't think they're all maidens to be.
Okay, all right.
Now the question is, do you think one of these wise ones could potentially be Egwene? Because she's not in this.
What about Avienda being a wise one?
Maybe she hasn't started yet, her training yet, or
I don't know.
If Egwene's there, then she started her training.
No, Avienda.
Yeah, no, I'm saying if Egwene's there and Avienda started her training, I think, right?
Does she go through Does she go into Ruidian as a wise one, or
I feel like that's when she.
This is where,
Isn't that when she like takes off her spears and everything? Is right before she goes. That's like when she gives up. Formally gives up her spears right before you go into Ruidian. So this could be right before that.
I think that's what those spears in front of them are the other maidens or the other people who put their spears down to enter Ruidian, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like whether it be
I didn't even realize that was all spears
weapons.
like that.
They're all weapons.
You walk
They're all
down,
too long,
like,
those
through
spears.
The spears.
I said this yesterday too. That's very. It's a very cool visual, but all those spears are too long to be Aiel spears. And plus, you've seen all the spears all these spears here. They're all short spears. Everybody has, but all the ones in the ground are long spears. So, but I think it's just a visual thing. Like if they put short spears in the ground, like it would just look silly.
Right? They'd all be like there would be
towering over the spears, and it wouldn't be as intimidating.
What is Rourke or whoever wearing on his head? Because it doesn't look like a hood. It's like that's a shufa?
Yeah.
It looks like textured to me somehow. Like,
well, different clans and societies and septs probably have different, slightly. I think I remember them having slightly different garb.
I do think that
they don't wear it's not like their uniforms, like, but they all go to one place to buy their shufas.
He's huge.
Yeah, I think. Well, yes, I think he is.
And he's standing behind Yosha like a step, and he's almost the same height as him, and his like chest and back are huge. Oh my god,
they're gigantic. And I think that there's a shot later on in the trailer where we talk about it more. But I think that they're going to take the opportunity to make the different clans have different Aiel looks, even if they all kind of have the same general idea. Like, I think they're going to emphasize, in the way the books really don't, like, that these are 12 different nations or 8 different nations.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that a little later. But, like, that there are different nations of Aiel. They're not just a uniform mass. And I think having them have different outfits and different styles of how they are dressed will help differentiate.
Yeah. So what do you think about Ruidian?
Looks awesome. How do they get that fog to stay there? It's magic, right?
It's magic, yeah.
They have little boys with incense things standing down there the whole time. Yeah. It's all white cloaks down there.
It looks awesome. It's like big. Everything's bigger, of course, than like I pictured it. But
so I want to ask your thoughts on this. Right, they're obviously above the city, right? Oh, how much of the actual city do you think is peering above the fog? Do you think like we're talking that's like there's 5-6 stories below that, or
I don't know. Do you think like straight up from Moiraine, like before you hit the mountain, that black, is that the tree? Is that a Vendosora?
Oh, all the way close to the mountain, near the mountain?
Yeah, that dark thing.
I don't know.
On the left, there's also another dark piece.
Or is the tree, or is these buildings so tall the tree's below it?
Yeah, I would guess the latter.
I don't know. How tall do you think these buildings are?
I don't know.
I think it's a city, like a real city.
Really rather tall.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say, like, I picture Ruidian like being the biggest, like the most modern of the cities, right? In the series. So I think these are like skyscraper-esque things, and those are clouds. Like
what?
Like it's called the city.
All right.
Like those are. That's how high that fog bank is. Like that. Those are clouds. Like that's how like. So those are skyscrapers. I don't know if the trees.
Okay.
All right.
That's how I pictured it, at least. I don't.
Shall we move on to 2 seconds?
Second
2
shot.
seconds.
Moiraine.
Hold on. Wait.
Moiraine. With a sandy face. I'm saying that's sand stuck to her face, like maybe some fine sand. Like when you go to the beach. Like sometimes that really fine sand gets stuck.
Shot. And that they're using it for like the main photo of the teaser. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh yeah. When it's the thumbnail for the teaser.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird.
I'm not surprised because it's Rosamund Pike.
Yeah,
who's
but they have other
who's
photos.
The biggest actor in the show. It's definitely a compelling shot. What do we think's going on here? I mean, we're going to see more of these similar style shots later on in the teaser, but this definitely ties into with some of the other stuff that's going on in the teaser. Actually, I think at the very end, the last shot, which is also the poster, we didn't even talk about the poster yet, but I don't know if anybody does want to talk about that. But the last,
we get to the last shot.
Yeah, the last shot is Rand carrying Moiraine, which is also the poster, and her face looks very similar. It looks like it's got like the sand or whatever stuck to her face as well. So,
I get the impression that whatever Moiraine goes through, right? Like when she sees her thousands upon thousands of, like this is a shot in between that. Like this is like this is kind of like showing how long she's been doing that. Like she goes in fresh, and then you're gonna see her like halfway through, and like she's gonna be like blasted with sand because it's been however long it's been.
Yeah. So this is her trip to Ruidian, her through the rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there going to be rings, or does everybody go through glass columns? We don't. That's something we don't know too. They're going to simplify it and not have two separate.
I think it's more complicated if like you go through glass columns and you just get different things happen to you.
You think that's more complicated?
I think people would be like, well, why didn't Brand get what Moiraine got, or why did Moiraine not see her past lives?
She's not Aiel. I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah. So yeah, make it two separate things.
Separate things, rings. Okay, so this is her part of her or her Ruidian experience. All right, moving forward to about 3 to 4 seconds, we get this shot in this giant chamber with these 3 huge statues and a bunch of people walking down below it. My initial thoughts were this is the White Tower, but then somebody said no. This is like the Hall of Servants, Age of Legends flashback.
That makes sense. Because we've never seen anything like this in the White Tower. We saw statues, but they weren't this big. And
they look like they're making channeling motions, which I thought was really interesting that, right? Because they make a big thing, obviously, in the TV show about using your hands when channeling, and Egwene's trying not to do that. But the fact that they do this in the Age of Legends is surprising to me, because you would think back then they wouldn't have used their hands. Just like, hey, this is how we originally did it. We didn't need our hands.
Do you think the one on the left is male? And just wearing like a Jedi robe?
Well, he looks like he's wearing a Kisera then.
Yeah. Like, I can't tell if it's like hair pulled back or short hair, or whatever. It could be a man with long hair, but if that's the case, then it's definitely the Age of Legends.
That could be a man. I don't know. Hard to tell. The one in the middle is definitely a woman. The one on the right is hard to tell too, because the light's coming over.
Looks like a braided, like a pulled back braided hairstyle.
It could be
on the right. Yeah. Could be anything. I mean, it doesn't matter what the hair really is, but I just thought maybe the one on the it could be like a.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, the robes are open in a way that the one in the middle isn't.
Yes, and the one in the middle has like a lace on the edge of her sleeve, and the one on the left does not.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Interesting.
I like it.
You cracked it.
There we go.
Go for that.
People
walking.
Looks
like a man hand too. That's a male. That's a male hand.
It's a man hand.
Man hands.
Maybe she has man hands.
Sorry, then I'm sorry.
Are there hairy knuckles, Jen? Are there hairy knuckles?
I can't tell because they're not facing. Well, the bottom hand is a little blurry for me right now. So.
Yeah.
And as it pans down and the people are walking through, this does look a lot more Age of Legends fashion.
Yeah, there's definitely men there, and they're not warriors.
Yeah. They're in that kind of black, like that kind of black stuff, that outfit that that I was going to say that Luce Theron.
Oh, and the other Aes Sedai, the male Aes Sedai with him in that cold open in season 2.
Yeah,
for sure. And it's interesting because notice that there's a lot of color. Well, at least there's a lot of yellow and red.
Yeah.
I think I see some white as well. Do you think this is Aja representation? Because obviously in the books there weren't Ajas like this in the Age of Legends, right? They weren't like the colored Ajas back then. They were more of like a loose kind of organization of just like common.
Yeah, people who were just doing something, who had a project to do or a goal. Yeah.
Or they're just simplifying that and just saying there was always red, colored Ajas. There's one person though there's this cluster of 4, it looks like, that are walking across the hall. And the person in the front doesn't. I don't know. I was trying to figure out if they're wearing black or not.
I think that they are, but it's tough to say.
Is that a male Aes Sedai?
I can't tell at all.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Another thought was the yellow dress people are the Dashane.
That's also possible. I think that it's more to come, but I think we could lock in that this is Age of Legends.
All right.
There's a lot of people in this scene.
Yeah, there's people to the left and people to the right.
I got very excited because I thought this was the White Tower, and I was like, this is the most Aes Sedai we've ever seen.
It is. It's just not the White Tower.
Yeah, I guess if they're all Aes Sedai, then yes, you're right. All right, I'm going to move ahead then, unless you have anything more to say about this scene.
Nope.
Okay, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. We've got Moiraine in the rain. And looks like Lan Yeah, no, it looks like Land coming over there on the right side of the screen. He's coming into frame. Moiraine in the rain with Land coming into frame.
Oh yeah. As you go to 6 seconds, you can see the sword on the back.
You see the hood, you see the sword, and you see a little bit of his eye. So now, does this?
I don't see that at all.
All the way on the right side of the screen when you go almost at the very end of this cut of the scene.
All right, whatever. It's fine. I believe you guys.
This supports the Screen Rant article, though, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
because this looks like this is not Kyrian, is it?
My first thought was that it was Kyrian,
me too.
But that could be Tar-Valon. That looks more Tar-Valon-y in the background. I just thought it was Kyrian because I thought there was no way that Moiraine was gonna go to Tar-Valon, but like that does look more like Tar-Valon.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone in chat is able to post like some screenshots, maybe of season 2 Kyrian streets, like not the Foregate, but like in the city.
I don't think it's got that kind of white stonework architecture.
I haven't been able to pull that up yet. Yeah, I immediately thought it was Tar-Valon. It kind of looks like it at first glance.
Yeah, you know what? Behind her looks like one of those, like, remember where they were talking with Loyal?
Yeah, like one of those.
The one in that scene, like the porch.
Yeah, those balconies and porches.
Yeah. And I kind of think I see a barber like, over her left shoulder.
Oh, stop. Stop yourself.
It's cutting hair in the rain.
Yeah, right underneath that overhang where he was.
Now, she's wearing also what looks like her Kyrianan, like what she was wearing at the end of season 2, right? That Kyrianan.
Well, that's her clothes.
But she wasn't wearing that at the beginning of the season, right? She changes into that when she gets to Kyrian, right?
Yeah, that's where her clothes are.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, she's wearing
outfit.
the same outfit. So this could be, I don't know if that's any indication of where she is, but it looks
she's
like
incognito with that black hood pulled up over her face.
I think that's a dark blue hood.
Blue. All right. She's definitely hiding.
Well, also it's raining. I'm sure that's why the hood's up. That's my first guess.
Is that a hood or hair?
Oh,
definitely a hood.
Definitely. Yeah.
Definitely hair.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, it's like she's looking up at the tower, like in the Scream Rant article, it says like her and Rand are outside and they know what's going on in the tower. This almost makes it look like she's looking up at the tower.
You know what? Something sad is happening for our heroes, so it's raining to indicate the sadness,
the emotional, internal temperature, and outside.
That's how you do screen things. You have to show rain. You know, that's how you do TV and film.
She has trouble crying on screen, so they put rain there to make it.
That's it.
Yeah.
They're flicking the drops onto her face.
Next shot, about 7 seconds, we have a shot of Rand with a spiffy haircut, wearing some spiffy vest with a nice buckle on it. And
Rand has the best clothes.
He's pledging to allegiance to the flag.
That's it. Or he ate something that's like coming up on him, maybe like his little indigestion.
Now this is a strange background too, because it's weird. It's like a weird triangular thing going.
I can't see anything.
You don't see the background?
I see it, but it's like, how could you even start to try to guess what that is?
It looks like he's in. I'm not even kidding. It looks like he's in like a like a tunnel, like a car tunnel, like it's like he's about to come out of the Lincoln Tunnel or something like that. And there's like natural light behind him, but the wall and the ceiling are curving away. I'm more in the background. His hair is so interesting to me.
It's not curly.
It's like wavy.
It grew back differently after he shaved it. That does happen.
My not my first thought, because my first thought was like, oh, cool. But my second thought is that this isn't Rand, that this is Rand in the Crystal Columns, and that this is him as somebody else.
I have a theory about this shot. Remember they did some filming at that monument, the Afrikaans monument in South Africa, and that kind of had like these weird angular kind of designs to it. This might be a scene, and we had a shot too of like some actors and those wagons, those futuristic wagons. This could be that set or at the monument. It looks and like it's similar coloring to the background.
And there's a very ishy, like vest, like black vest, kind of white sleeve, Age of Legends-y fashion.
Oh yeah, this
Okay.
this definitely is like Age of Legends to me for sure.
So maybe this is I don't remember anybody. They're saying in chat, but I don't want to copy off people. But yeah, this might be one of the earliest flashbacks through the crystal columns. That's what I'm thinking.
Right, Rand is going to be likely playing his ancestors.
Right. Yeah, that's something we've discussed on the show before. I think this gives credence to that.
All right. I will say this. I mean, people who've seen this obviously know this. It's very heavily focused on the waist, this teaser. Rand, Moiraine, Lanfear, and then, with splashes of other things in here. So we don't really get much of the other actors in here. As you'll see, Matt, of course, gets shamed again.
He's in two shots.
Well, everybody's in one shot. I'm not even going to count that last shot as getting to be in that shot because that's not.
Well, they're in it.
But that's not him. It's not really him.
It's true.
No, well, not that shot, right?
Yeah. All right. You guys want to say anything more about this shot here of Rand?
No, we
Okay. Next
move
shot.
on to this 8 seconds.
8 seconds. We got Lan looking like very
1 minute left.
intimidating. That's somebody walking. It looks like he's in the desert. Any thoughts of who he's staring down at this point?
Couladin.
Ooh. I think it's Aiel for sure.
Yeah, he's in the waist, so
Yeah.
somebody.
He's fought
being rude.
Aiel, right, in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, uh-oh. More Aiel? I don't know. When they were going to the waist, he would know that there's going to be Aiel. I don't know. Maybe it is Couladin. Who knows?
Yeah.
Hard to say.
To me, this looks
Lanfear.
it could be Lanfear. Ooh. It does look like he's ready to fight Piss, not like stop talking back to Moiraine. She heard her pissed.
Oh, you think could this be like maybe him and Rand about to spar maybe, and he's getting into like his...
It's possible, but like I do feel like it's more angry style, and I think, and I've talked about this before, but they have to show that Aiel like kick the shit out of. Like, they have to show how badass they are, but for the reveal that they used to be pacifists to make sense. So like there has to be violence by the Aiel in the first few episodes of this season for episode 4 to make sense or like have impact.
Okay.
So let him fight somebody, even if he wins.
It's got to be really hot in that costume though. Probably sweating under there. All right, let's move up to a really interesting shot here at 9 seconds. This is one of those additional shots that we get, and there's we were discussing this last night on the Dusty Wheel, but right, this next shot is Leandrin. We're at about 9 seconds, about 9-10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
She's dressed in red. She's pulling down a little veil, I guess, or a scarf in front of her face. There's a bunch of people behind her, exotically dressed. Mm-hmm. Where do you think she is? What do you think she's looking at? She's still got her ring on, by the way, and her Aes Sedai ring on. It looks black, but it's hard to tell. Yeah. Is it like
That's
a
happened to her
ring?
before.
Yeah.
Right? It's happened to her before where it looks black. I think this is Tenchiko, and I think she's looking at Moghedien.
But she's I thought at first Moghedien too, but she's looking up, kind of. And Moghedien, as we know, is Leia Costa's short.
She could be coming into like the room from like a set of stairs or something. Doesn't look like she's right in front of her.
Okay.
She's looking off across the room at something.
Okay. Now,
I think that's the only thing that would make her look like at this point in the episode have that expression on her face, which is like trying not to look scared. That's how I read her face.
yeah, she definitely looks a little intimidated or subservient in this picture. Now, I have to point something out because we were talking about this in the Dusty Wheel yesterday, and it's quite a possibility. And I was actually chatting with Steinman in our Discord about this. So as you watch this scene, there's somebody to Leandrin's right, somebody very short who kind of passes in between Leandrin and the other person. And it kind of looks like Naomi, the brown Aja detective.
I want it to be her. I would love that it is her because I want every scene that there are Aes Sedai, there's a Black Aja there in season 2. There's Black Aja all the time.
And Steinman also pointed out, I think Lauren put out a video from Unraveling the Pattern, put out a video and mentioned, and I didn't remember this until it was mentioned, that there was a little person at the Dark Friend Social.
I don't recall that.
I don't recall.
Was there really a little person? Or was that the kid?
Yeah, that was the kid. I thought that was the kid. No, I'm not sure, but we thought, yeah, I think we thought that the kid, when we saw the still from the trailer, was like a little person.
Huh. I'll have to go watch Lauren's video. He's usually pretty thorough on these things. So.
Oh, I trust him. I haven't seen the video yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet either. I was chatting just this morning in Discord before we started, and that was an interesting point, though. Do you think this is Naomi and that Naomi is Black Aja?
Yes, I want it to be so.
I don't even see where you guys are seeing her.
So as you're you have to watch it. Like she passes through Leandrin's right side. So Leandrin's
excuse me.
Yeah, 10 seconds in, she's at the shoulder of the person. Yeah,
you see like a face come in there and pass through.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It could be Naomi. I mean,
it looks like it looks like it could be.
She's dressed very differently than the rest of the people here. I don't know if that's just the lighting. Like it just looks brighter because the lighting's on her.
Yeah.
But what do you think about these other costumes too? From the, I see people some of them wearing veils.
I don't know if those are people. Honestly, I don't know if those are people or mannequins. Like, are they?
No, they're moving.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm watching it in stills right now, so I can't tell.
No, they're definitely people. They're moving. There's two people walking. There's somebody walking by. Yeah. There's a shorter person on the right with like a blue hood over her head.
Yeah.
There's someone with a really cool hat all the way to the right. I really want to get a good look at that person, but it's too dark. All the way on the right, there's somebody with like a cool, looks like almost like a top hat. They look kind of like Slash. The second person from the left has a cool hat too. Yeah. It's more like a suffragette, but like, yeah. I like this. I mean, when the Black Aja are in Tanchico hiding out, they are like, I think like one of the things Jordan does is really describe how differently they're all dressed, and they're dressed much more like they would be from their homelands than necessary in like formal Aes Sedai garb. Do you think these are all Black Aja, or some of these other people are Black Aja, or these are Tanchico locals?
I think these are. I think if that's Moghedien, I think these are the Black Aja.
Wow. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus Leandrin in this shot. I'm counting.
I can't make that out from the way that I am, from what I can see. But
there's 4 on her right side, counting Naomi potentially, and then 5 on her left side.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if all these are Black Aja, but
yeah, I didn't think they were. I thought she was just like.
It could be the people who live in the house too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right?
Yeah, she could be.
Just because she sees Moghedien doesn't mean that like everyone in this room knows who that is.
Yeah.
It could be that she's the only one who's noticing that this is Moghedien walking in.
All right, should we jump to the next scene?
Yes.
All right, at about 10 to 11 seconds, we've got a shot of Elayne. That's definitely the White Tower, because the column in the background is White Tower, and also the that like scroll work on the back wall. She's putting on a crown?
Yeah.
What is this?
Is this real?
I don't know.
Is this Talaran Riyadh? Is this an accepted test?
Is this the Rose Crown of Andor, or is this like her daughter heir crown? Maybe there's a daughter heir crown, like her princess crown or something, tiara. What do you think?
I don't know.
We could try to take a screenshot of this and look at some of the patterns on that.
It definitely looks like it's red. It has red on it. It looks like it could be a rose in the front. But I don't know if that I don't know between if it's the real crown or her crown. I don't know.
I haven't really examined the crown itself. Trying to see if
she doesn't look happy, and she's kind of dramatically putting it on.
Well, she looks like she's in her regal posture. She looks like she's wearing her her novice dress too. So
my first thought when I saw this was that you're going to see Elayne's accepted test. But you just mentioned it now, and the more I thought about this may be Elayne's dream that Egwene's seeing in Tel'aran'rhiod.
Oh, she's like going to meet her at the tower to communicate with her.
I think even more like this is just what Elayne's dreaming about, and like, you know how sometimes people like slip into Tel'aran'rhiod and you can just see their dreams or whatever. So I think Egwene's going to be in Tel'aran'rhiod exploring it, and like Elayne like kind of drifts in, and like this is what she's dreaming about. She's dreaming about, even though she's a novice.
Or maybe she's training with the wise ones, and they show her how to enter somebody else's dream.
Yeah,
I like that. That's a very good explanation that makes a lot of sense. More sense than anything else I could think of. So,
right, Jen, I don't know if you have anything.
No, I mean that could be. It could be anything. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so it literally could be anything.
Like one of three different things. So.
But on the thought of whether this is the rose crown or whether it's like her princess tiara or whatever, any thoughts on that?
I'll go rose crown for simplicity's sake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, and we would know that if like we've already seen the queen wearing it.
That's true. We think that we're going to see a shot of a Caemlyn shot early on in the season, potentially first episode. So
that's right.
All right. I'm going to move on then.
All right. Good.
All right.
Second 11's black, so we can skip a second.
Yeah, 13 seconds, 12, 13 seconds. We got a shot of the hall of the tower. And if you zoom in, it is Leandrin sitting on the Armelin seat, and that is Lanfear with her. Now, we did talk about this before. You guys think this is a Tel'aran'rhiod shot, but this is Lanfear in her real world outfit and real world's hair. And we're jokingly talking about this on the Dusty Wheel, but this is true in the show. Every time Leandrin was in Tel'aran'rhiod, she had the short hair with the dark makeup in her eyes.
Lanfear, you mean?
Lanfear, sorry, Lanfear. She had the short hair and the dark makeup in her eyes, and when she wasn't, she had the long hair and didn't have the dark makeup in her eyes. This is her wearing that same outfit from season 2 when she comes in at the end and starts blasting the shit out of everything. Goes through basically wears this the rest of the season, right? From like episode 6 or 7 on to the end.
Well, she's in a different outfit at the very end. She's in her cool, her cool pantsuit outfit.
That's right. I forgot about that.
But
and she has long hair.
Yeah, she can do whatever she wants in Tel'aran'rhiod. I don't know, unless this is how it begins. Like, this is the first scene. Like, I don't know how Leandrin makes it back to the tower. The hall of the tower, and is chilling out.
Well, she left.
Well, if it takes place in Cairhien, then she could go back to the tower really quick to, maybe grab her friends or some things from the tower before she leaves.
But I think, to me, it's much more likely this is a dream. That the hall of the tower is completely empty, and the two of them are just in the wide open having a conversation. I feel like it's more likely that this is not. Is
she wearing the Amberlin?
No,
robe over her? What is that thing over her shoulders?
Oh, that's a good question.
I was gonna say stole, but she doesn't really wear stole. She wore that collared thing. This could be like a different version of that. Looks like it has like stripes, kind of stripes on it.
It could be.
I'm trying to zoom in here. Yeah, because it looks like her hair's in a bun.
Yeah.
And she is wearing something over her shoulder. Yeah, it's definitely not her hair over her shoulder. That'd be a lot of hair. But I'm really having a hard time this being Tel'aran'rhiod just because of Lanfear. The way she's dressed, the long hair. Is it because maybe it's because that's the way that Leandrin knows Lanfear, like with the long hair, and so Lanfear presented herself that way?
Maybe she just wants to look like extra hot when she's with Rand and Tel'aran'rhiod. So that's why she has.
I think she looks plenty. She looks plenty hot like this. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
I don't know.
That's like her Rand look.
I'm not.
It could be like I like that, Joe. That this is just like like she's always going to present herself to Leandrin like this because this is how Leandrin's intimidated by her.
Yeah. I guess
This is the I'll kill your son for you look.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time with because you're going to see Lanfear later on in the scene in her Teleran Riyadh, makeup and hair. So we can talk about that when we get to it. But I don't know. I'm having a really hard time thinking this is Teleran Riyadh. So I'm saying it's the real world. And we won't know until the show comes out. So
we will not know, but I like that.
Okay, next about 13, 14 seconds, 15 seconds. It even goes through, actually. We've got a shot of Moiraine with a little crystal globe and some weaves of the One Power swirling about her. Now, we didn't really talk about this much, but John from What Up put a video out about this like a couple of months ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thoughts on what the hell's going on in this scene? This is not a scene from the books, or this is nothing even close to the books.
So this is clearly episode 6, because that's the episode that is just shit that they put in. Not shit, it's good stuff, but like the episode of the season that has the most. Okay, this is how we're gonna get where we need to get to the end. Yeah, I mean, this looks like from John's video, and I think just intuitively here, this is probably the substitute for the Choden Call, and Moraine's using it, doing something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is this now? We talked about potentially just making this like maybe this is the female version of the Choden Call, and Kalendor is like the male version of it, or it's a. You can be used by both male and female channelers together.
It's very modern of you, Joe. But yeah, I feel like
I don't know.
I think like this will be your female access key. Yeah.
But what is like
or probably no access keys, right? Like, this is it.
What are the surrounding events of this scene? Like she's in the middle of nowhere with a little crystal ball weaving the One Power. Like what is she go on a spirit journey to Joshua Tree? What the hell's going on?
Okay, I hate to do this for everyone, but I don't think that this is a real life event. I think this is another thing that she sees in one of her visions. And she knows that from this vision, that if she uses it, it's not good.
Choden ball. Anas is saying, somebody mentioned last night.
Yeah.
Is this a scene that's not actually in the show?
Oh, we talked about that, right? That there's always a scene in the trailer that's not on the show.
Yeah.
Maybe they needed it for that quote because it's like she's blazing a new path.
Yeah.
So they put that in.
It looks like whatever she's doing is really epic.
Notice the time of day?
I didn't notice the time of day.
Is it dawn or
dawn?
Is it dusk? Is that sun rising or is the sun setting?
Is she just making another... She's making 2 dragons this time?
2 dragons intertwined.
Right? So, you know when I was trying to figure out, like, right? We talked about the fact that there's been no weather issues, right? So, like, not, like, it would be odd for them to throw that in now and then have that be what she's doing. My honest thought was like, they've always kind of said like Rand does too many awesome things in the books and like they wanted to kind of space that out amongst other characters. Like, is this her making it rain in the desert for Rand at Al-Khardal?
So Amis is saying in chat that she doesn't even think the wide shot of the person is Moiraine. Like it's 2 different shots.
It's possible, but I don't know. That looks like it looks like it's a person in. It looks like a dressy, skirty bottom, but it could not be her.
I don't. There's nothing for me to say that it's not her. Like I don't. Yeah. It looks like her. Is what she's wearing a dress, and Moraine's wearing a dress in the other shot.
The hair looks similar because she's like a half up, half down.
It looks like
that's what I see on the other one.
It looks like she's got short sleeves in both shots. The wide shot's a little harder to tell, but I think I see a spot on her arm, like towards the very end.
It could
of the
be, yeah.
spinning,
It's tough.
Where
It's tough too because like the weaves are wrapping around this person, so it's tougher to see. I it could be, it could not be.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't have to be. Even if it is Moiraine, it doesn't have to be like a sequential. She could be channeling something else at that point. Not
right.
We don't see the ball, right, in the wide shot. We just see her channeling.
Yeah, she's holding something. Her arms out though. Looks like she's holding something in them.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a bizarre one. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is episode 6. I agree with Tom.
Lock it in.
Lock it in. Episode 6. All right.
Prediction 2.
Vindication here. It's been how many years? We're 18 seconds. Egwene, the Arches, about to take or in the process of taking her accepted test. Confirmed, everybody. We've got Egwene and 3 Aes Sedai. It's the Amyrlin. It's Leanne and another sister. Looks like a white.
It could be Alviarin.
Could be Alviarin.
Guys gotta hope. Gotta hope.
Now,
do we know who this actress is?
No, somebody. So I was looking at Watch Series website. Right, there's a couple of actresses like DM Camille, but this girl's too short. DM Camille's very tall, and it doesn't. The eyes look different. There was another actress. I think it was Olafinde, someone else.
Yeah.
But this might be her. But to be honest, that actress looked very, very thin. Like really, really thin. And this person looks a little bit, I can't say, meatier.
You can just say not as thin, Joe.
Not as thin.
That's not offensive.
Egwene looks like her hair has grown a bit from when it was hacked off.
Yeah, this is time after.
I can't tell how much past her shoulders it is, but
Egwene goes back to the White Tower, confirmed.
Yeah.
Takes her accepted test, confirmed.
So, the Watt series thinks that this is Claire Hope Ashite. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the last name properly. And yeah, I'm gonna that does look like a decent match. That is an actor who has a CV. I think that giving her a part like Alviarin makes sense.
We got to have, spoiler alert, we're going to have a Black Aja at every testing scenario.
Every testing, every scene. And this is the thing that, like, we talked about it when we were doing our episode breakdowns over the last number of episodes. This is the part that I don't know how the logistics of this season work, because does Egwene go to the tower and then meet them in the waste? Does Egwene go to the waste and then leave and go to the tower? How does all of this happen? What's the timing of all of this?
I think this has to happen first because then we have to depose Swan.
Right. And this does give more credence to our recently revealed, maybe they just go to Tar Valon right at the beginning of the season. And that's it.
That's true. They go there. If the screenwriter article is accurate in this, it was very vague, right, about where that was taking place. Yeah. But if this does take place in Tar Valon, right, they go there.
She gets tested right away, and then
everyone's in Tar Valon.
Yeah, and hey, girl, we got a book, and she just leaves with random Moiraine in episode 1 or 2, whatever. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Moiraine. I don't know what's Moiraine and Swan's relationship now at this point.
Well, we're
pretty effing bad.
Well, we get
bad, but I know.
There's a scene in here we could talk about.
Not real too.
Yeah,
nothing could be real.
Isn't it great? These could be Tel'aran'rhiod scenes. It could be flashbacks. It could be the Dream Tier, not Dream Tier, Ruidian glass columns or accepted tests. I love it. I love it.
Oh my god.
Liana is still rocking awesome fits. Let's just put that
for sure
into play. Yeah. All right.
Alviarin. So we're all saying this is Alviarin.
Yes.
Yes. Let's lock it in.
All right. Egwene accepted test. All right. 20 seconds or so. We've got a shot. I think consecutive shots of Moiraine.
This is how you get sand on your face, by doing this.
Yeah. She's lying in the sand in a blue outfit. She doesn't look to be in any kind of despair. She just looks like she was sleeping or taking a nap in the sand.
Like you do?
Yeah.
Well, she's opening her eyes too. That's the shot.
Yeah. It's hot out there.
Is this part of her experience through the I'm just going to keep saying Ruidian because we don't know what exactly she's going to go through in Viridian, like whether there's going to be the rings or the glass columns. But is this part of her Viridian experience?
I think so.
I think so too, but I don't think this is her waking up from it because she's not in a city. She's in the desert. So I think this is part of her experience, but this might be like she enters Viridian, she enters through these things, and this is her first wake up in an alternate reality.
Yeah. It's the same, by the way, it's the same outfit, it looks like, as she was with the little globe. It looks like the exact same outfit, by the way, too, which also takes place out in the desert. Maybe this is part of, maybe she draws so much power in from the ball that she falls unconscious. I don't know.
That's possible too. She looks really like this is probably the most peaceful she's going to look in this season. That's gonna be my prediction. This is her least stressed face.
Yeah. And then there's like right after this shot is at about 21 seconds is just somebody's eye opening, which I think is Rosamund, but it's hard to tell.
Was this picture in her eye examined and broken down?
We talked about it.
Reflection.
Somebody was saying, is it a door frame, like a doorway?
It does look like a door. It does look like a door. It does. I don't know. I didn't even do that until Jen said it, but that looks like a door.
No, we said it yesterday on the Dusty Reel stream. At least when I was on. I don't remember if you were on it yet at that point,
No.
Tom. But yeah, it looked. I don't even know if this is her. It's a green eye. Rosamund has green eyes, right? Rosamund has like greenish gray eyes, right?
What about this is her after she goes through the door and it's like she sees it shutting in the distance or something, like on the other side. Like that's the tiny bit of light.
Oh, this is like the end?
After she went through.
Jen, that's so good. I love that. I love that. That's it fading away. Like that's her escape getting away from. Oh,
yeah, like pew.
Jen. Jen, lock that
So
in.
is this the end of the season? Like this is like her.
I don't know. Look, her eye like bugs out a little bit.
Yeah, her eye widens as it's like, yeah, Jen.
Wait, I gotta go back.
Oh my gosh, Jen, I love it. I love it. I want that to be. That's it.
That's all you see. Like you don't even see anything else. Just her eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's probably not that.
Lock it in. Lock it in.
Let's
do it.
Right after that, we get a quick shot of just like Moiraine getting. It looks like she's, I guess, standing up in the desert with the. Again, it looks like the same time of day as the shot.
It looks like right
might
after.
Be a little bit higher in the sky, but.
Wait, what about? Am I missing a shot or a?
No, that's after the day. Like when you're going second to second, you're talking about the feet.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah, that's the next
that.
shot.
Okay.
It's right before the feet. It's in between the eye and the feet. There's a shot of.
It is?
Yeah.
There's a quick shot of Moiraine in the desert.
It's all 22
so
seconds.
fast.
Yeah.
It looks like she's getting up. So maybe this is her getting up from being lying down. This might be like right after she's
Joe,
lying
it's definitely her getting up from lying down. You nailed it.
Nailed it.
All right, we don't have to. I feel like we're already. I don't even know how many minutes in. She gets up. Let's move to 20. Let's move to 23 seconds in.
Well, no, let's go. Well, 22
dragging
seconds.
toe.
Dragging toe.
That's
what's
sword
that?
forms.
What's that in the background? Glass columns.
Glass columns. Yeah.
Oh, all right. I thought he was doing. That was like fighting. I thought that was like a sword form.
I think it is a sword form.
In the glass columns?
Yes.
I think he's out of the columns.
Well, remember
at this point.
No,
no, he's not. Because to the left, if you look at the very left, there's a column like right there.
Yeah, there's columns right behind him. Remember, in that scene in the books, he always like takes a step forward and then it jumps to the next scene. Like I think it's deliberately Jordan says like he takes another step forward.
You have to walk through them. Yeah, but this is like a sword formy kind of step.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless this is showing like he's using the training that he's got from land to like help power himself through.
Maybe he's trying to leave a trail of breadcrumb type things. Like he's he's marking the sand so he remembers how to get back.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I think it's more like if it is a sword form, I think that it would be more along the lines of like he's using everything that he has within him to like get through this ordeal. Or it's not, and it's literally like he's all beat up and he has to drag his foot to like keep walking.
Oh,
it looks deliberate. I don't know.
I think
it looks very deliberate.
Form. I agree. I do think it's a sword form as well. But look at those columns in the background. There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
And this is just like a very tight shot too.
Who lives here? The Pope?
Yeah, probably.
Marble column.
Marble column.
Sorry, it's rent free in my head. All right.
All right, jumping to our one of two shots. Again, I'm not counting that last shot, but we got our shot of Nynaeve at 23 seconds, wearing her
she's in it.
dress.
She's concerned.
Looks angry.
Yeah.
Where are they? I don't know.
I can't believe it.
I can't tell where they are. Probably Tarvalon.
If she didn't accept the dress. It's Tarvalon.
Oh, that's right.
I'm gonna say, here you go. This is her going. You're really lowing to the waist. We just got back here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Land's going too? Great.
I'm sold.
All right.
Let's just jump to the next scene because this one's an interesting one. All right. Right after that, at like 23 seconds, we've got Egwene and Rand lying on a rug, and it looks like there's sand lying down in the sand.
This literally just came to me right now when I looked at it. What I think is happening right here.
What?
I think that the wise ones came to both of them in their dreams and told them they have to come to the waist, and then they wake up and they look at each other. This is them. This is them.
Then?
This is in
Why
Farm.
are they laying together?
Like, I think they were asleep and they wake up. I think this is in Farm. This might be like the first time that you see them, and they're like, "Wait, that wasn't just a dream. You saw the same thing I saw." That's
why are they sleeping out on the
They're
dirt
at the
on
waist,
rug?
though, I think.
Yeah.
I think this is the waist.
I think they're in a tent.
This is the same outfit that he wore at the end of the last season.
Yeah, but he
This is
wears
the
this in
jacket.
the waist, though. You're going to see it later on. There's shots of him in the waist wearing the same outfit as well.
But look at their face. They look surprised. It could be the way. It could. I mean, they're on a rug and pillows, so it could be the waist. It could be the waist, a tent. But like, why would they look?
Because
why would they look surprised to see each other?
Look at the way Egwene's dressed.
he turns to her. She's already looking at him. He turns his head to her. Egwene. First of all, nobody sleeps like that. We're like,
Yeah.
so
Yes,
that's awkward.
they're very like rigid.
And
Yeah,
Egwene is in the most uncomfortable looking outfit I've ever
she looks like she's dressed like a doll. It's very odd.
She's dressed
She's
like
staring. Yeah,
that's
she's
Aiel
staring at
Wise
him.
One garb. She's dressing like an Aiel Wise One, or trainee. She's in the waist. There's sand around them. There's rug. They're either in the tent or outside the tent. And this is probably something about dreaming or dream walking. I agree with you. Like,
or they could be like appearing to each other, like they're both in Teleron Riyadh, and then they like both go. I don't know. She's staring at him, and he like turns to her.
This could be in Teleron Riyadh too. Yeah, it could be.
I think it's more they're waking up from Teleron Riyadh.
Yes, I think so too. Did you notice the pattern, the snakes, the snake pattern in the rug?
Oh yeah,
the two snake heads.
Yeah.
And then
I'm guessing there's a third snake head underneath Rand's butt, but yeah.
Maybe they're both like practicing going into Teleron Riyadh, and that's why they're lying like that so awkwardly. And so they both wake up at the same time. She wakes up like a second before him and comes out of it. Like that's what it looks like. They're like when Rand laid down in his bed to go to Lanfear, it was like very like.
Oh yeah.
You know,
all
like
right, I'm gonna sleep now. Right. Yeah.
So like maybe they're both training like at the same time, and then they both like wake up laying on this like rug. It's just like an awkward. No one would sleep like this.
Maybe
Egwene's
trying to teach Rand how to enter Teleron Riyadh or something.
Could be that.
Like
something like that.
I like that
because her eyes are open, staring at him the whole time.
Yeah.
He looks like he just wakes up. So she might be trying to like guide him or something through how to like put yourself into that state.
Could be, yeah.
All right.
And this could be later because she's already dressed up. I'm telling you, she looks like she's in like her Aiel garb. This is probably way later, like towards the second half of the season. Is my guess.
It's just like, I'm rocking this jacket as long as I can.
If you read like I've just been reading like a synopsis of the season. It seems like Rand, Egwene, and Moiraine are going to be like, at least for this storyline, they haven't really mentioned anybody else, but like the three of them are going to be like really big parts of this season. So it seems like her and Moiraine are going to be like together, especially since that scene you guys just mentioned too, where they're like discussing channelers, like they're going to come together like in a more important way.
I think they're choosing to promote that now. I don't think that's going to be the case necessarily. Well, obviously it's Rand and Moiraine, right? They're going to be the biggest two characters probably of the season. And, Rafe did say Perrin, right? This is Rand and Perrin's season, he did say.
Yeah.
I think they're just this is just them choosing to focus on this for their initial marketing push.
But I also think I think that if Moiraine realizes like, hey, my time is running out, like I've got to find someone who can do what I thought my job was going to be. and this is going to be the person to do it. So I think there is going to be a lot of like a literal and figurative like passing of the torch from Moiraine to Egwene here, and say like your job is going to have to be keep this guy on the rails because I might not be here to do it.
That's weird because Egwene and Rand don't really interact much at all after
yeah, well, I'm not saying that Egwene's going to accept it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that Egwene's going to necessarily accept that responsibility. Obviously, in the books, that's what Nynaeve does, you know. But like, and Min, you know, for different ways. But like, I think that like she's going to put the burden that she's been carrying of like that he's got to make it to the last battle. He's got to win. Like, and I'm not going to be there. You're the only other person that can do this.
I feel like some of that's going to go on land, and we'll talk about. We haven't talked about the voiceover yet, which we'll have to talk about as well, because I think some of that's going to be on land. But
well, he's going to leave too.
Yeah. No, well, we'll see about that.
We'll see.
We had some discussions yesterday, or I think I was hearing Brett talk about it from the Wheel Weaves on the Dusty Wheel, and he had some good thoughts about that. But we'll get to that.
Yeah. Remember, he's number 2 on the call sheet. Like they got to give him stuff to do.
Yeah, I think they're gonna. So Brett was talking about this. I might as well just say it right now on the Dusty Wheel yesterday that he thinks they're just gonna cut out the whole Myrell thing and just clean it up and just he goes to Nynaeve. Like Moiraine arranges for him to either go to Alana while to hang out until he's ready for Nynaeve, or
she already said to Alana. I don't think they already did that.
I think you're right. I think he just goes to Nynaeve and that's it.
Yeah, or like, he just goes right to Nynaeve. They don't actually bond yet. They don't actually bond until obviously she becomes Aes Sedai. Yeah, so he just kind of acts as like, you know, her man.
Right. I think she's like, I have to, like, I'm not going to do it until I can do it.
Yeah, Nynaeve will nurse him to health.
Yeah,
that's all.
Next shot is about 24 seconds. We've got Moiraine upside down. Now we're going to see a lot of shots like this coming up where there's like where it looks like the camera's kind of spinning, and Rafe talked about this during the interview on the Amaleta stage. He mentioned, I wrote it down here. He said there's a whole episode with Rand, Egwene, and Moiraine in a separate world, and they used a spinning camera to film it. So you're going to see that spinning camera in a bunch of shots during this teaser. And Do
you think Egwene goes into Rodian too?
Well, he says Rafe said this. This is exactly what Rafe said. He said Rand, Egwene, and Moiraine go into a whole episode with them going into a separate world.
Oh boy!
And he didn't say like the dream world, and I don't know if he was just trying to dumb it down because he didn't know how many.
Yeah, but I think they're in different worlds. I think that they're all going to be in separate worlds. I think she'll be in the dream world, Moiraine will be in the alternate realities, and Rand will be in the past.
Yeah.
Oh boy!
And they're just gonna. I think they're going to use that spinning camera to flip from one storyline to the other.
I think we only see the flip. Sorry. I think we only see the spinning camera in here with Moiraine.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, we only see a lot of Moiraine in this trailer, I know. So that could be existing for other people that we just didn't see yet.
So is she's wearing it now? She's not wearing the blue outfit that we saw her wearing earlier. She's got a almost like a. It's weird. On one side, it looks kind of like leopard printy, but on the other side, it looks more like
it's like snake skin,
like the Egyptian kind of design where it's all the little lines kind of following each other around. I don't know what that's called, but
we're not fashion folk.
We're not.
Yeah, it's a different outfit. This kind of reminds me of like the casual wear she had in the Love Shack. Oh
yeah, yeah.
But I feel like this is gonna be a little bit like she's gonna die a lot, and I think this is one of her other deaths. Like
the background too, like that bluish grayish color is very similar to the early shot we saw of her with the sand on her face. The background was like a very similar color. So this is probably, if that's Ruidian, this is probably also part of the Ruidian scene.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be one of those things where it's like she gets knocked down a million times in the, whatever, and then like one of the times you see her in the, and she's got the sand on her face, and it's like, is this really happening to her in some way? Is she actually experiencing these things and then coming back to this world, or is it, kind of messing with reality there?
All right, I'm going to jump to the next scene. I want to talk about this one for a second. 24 seconds. It's Lan and Rand practicing the sword. I But I will say this, and I hadn't seen anybody talk about this yet, but on the left side, it looks like there's somebody here in the foreground on the left side. It looks like an arm there, and it looks like a big puffy shoulder piece going on there. And I'm going to say something about this puffy shoulder piece now, because there's a shot later with, we think might be Cool, which it's got to be Couladin, who looks like he kind of has a shoulder thing on.
This is too much grass for the waist.
So maybe they're on the way to the waist?
Maybe.
What kind of pants is Rand wearing?
Yeah, Rand's also wearing a different shirt. He doesn't have
Looks like
the
they're
white
camouflage.
I think it's just because there's a
There's
there's a bush in front of him. Yeah.
Maybe, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, I see it now.
I think he's actually
Maybe
just
they look-
camouflaged by nature.
That's how that works. To me, it looked like that was his pants.
So
I think that this could be a Lanfear outfit. I think that could be like her bare arm underneath. Like she's checking him out.
a Lanfear outfit.
Like her puffy sleeve, bare arm action. That being said, we do know that there's a scene that the people saw of Rand and Lan sword fight training, and it's Moiraine and Egwene that are talking to them. So more
true.
likely than not, that's just this scene. That's the scene this is.
This is Egwene or Moraine's arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this could be traveling to the waist, because now if they're like in Tarvalon / Kyrian, they
maybe
could
that's
be like walking to the waist instead of.
Oh,
Yeah.
that might be
Going
a
through
head,
a way gate.
not a shoulder piece. Because like if you kind of swing back and forth between that little shot, like there's a piece that kind of waves back and forth. It might
Somebody
be
with like a hood on,
It could be hair or a hood or something.
hair or a hood.
Yeah, it's hard to say though. It's
It's
like a silhouette.
It's like
but it looks like an arm. It looks
it's a third of a second, so it's tough to
yeah.
get a lot of context to it.
All right, maybe it's not Couladin. All right.
I think every time I think every time Couladin sees Rand, he's gonna have to be held back from trying to kill him. I think I don't think there's ever gonna be a time where he's gonna be like watching Rand do something and not actively trying to kill him.
Okay. I want to get to the next. I want to get to the next shot because this is something I want to talk about. We're at about 28 seconds here. It's two men walking in the desert. One appears to be Rand, and I don't know who the other one is, or if that is even a man. And then in the distance, it looks like a bunch of Aiel, like hundreds or thousands of Aiel all lined up. There's footprints.
Is this they're coming back from the igloo? Got a big winter coat on. No, I don't know.
I don't think so.
This could be like this could be something in the columns too, though. That might not be Rand specifically.
I'm gonna say it's not, because there is a shot later of Rand. It looks like Rand and Couladin at Al-Qadal, and you see like a wall of Aiel like lined up behind them or off to the side of them, and I think that's the same wall.
Who is that?
Is that Rand and Couladin coming? No, I was gonna say coming back from. But
I
is
think
it's
it's
like
like-
going to Al-Qadal to like claim to present himself as the car?
What's coming out of the bottom of the? Is that like? I don't know. Maybe it's just the way like the sand is blowing out of the bottom of that coat. Or I gotta watch the video. Yeah, it's just the. I thought there was something coming out of the coat, but it was just. I think it's just the way it's blowing in the sand.
Yeah. I think that. Right. I think your best bet is that Couladin's already assembled the Aiel at Al-Qadal, or they've been assembled for Rand, but Couladin's kind of trying to jump the gun, and this is Ruark and Rand walking up.
Ruark.
Like, yeah. We talked about it at the Dusty Wheel last night. I love the fact that this is like Osmodian and Rand like walking back after it's all done. But like, all right, come on, you're gonna come with me now. But like, I think it's more likely that this is them approaching it.
Yeah, because we never see the Aiel wearing any kind of cloak like this at all in any of the other shots. This is a fascinating shot for me just because of who that other person is. Like,
No.
it's not Lanfear, right?
No. That person is of a size. Like, that's a grown man. That's
Yeah.
a grown man. Like, that person's below height. Like that's they're walking on a rise, and he's behind Rand.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Someone mentioned in chat that like maybe Gleeman in the waist wear white cloaks because like the color cloaks are too hot or heavy, and like I would love that's what this is, but I think it's more likely that this is Rand approaching it for the first time.
Well, where is everybody else?
They're already there, and like this is clan. This is Rand's walking up as like to be proclaimed as a clan chief. Like it's not like he's supposed to go in. He's supposed to go in like
by himself
on his own or with another clan chief. You know, like he's walking in as that. So he's not walking in with like a whole posse.
That makes sense to me. I would guess it's got to be either Couladin or another clan chief, but it's just weird because we haven't seen anybody in this type of cloak anywhere in these other shots.
But this goes into like that the Aiel are going to have their own things, and maybe there's a like when I'm acting as the clan chief, this is my ceremonial garb.
It doesn't look like they have like a hood up either, but that there's a TV show thing where it's they try to not cover people's faces sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, if they're walking in to present, like they're not walking in. Like this isn't they're not walking in to fight. They're not walking. They shouldn't be veiled.
Well, no, they would have they have their head thing. Their shuf is like up, but it's not like across their face.
It's their face. Yeah, I got you.
And just being in the sun, they usually wear hoods to protect their skin.
Right. Right.
I don't know. I want this to be Asmodean.
I wanted to, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think that I would say this. I think that Asmodean, if this is Asmodean and this is the end, like after he's been cowed, he's walking far too proudly and independently. Like, I think it's going to be more like, more lapdogish.
Yeah. All right, jumping to the next scene at about 28, 29 seconds, we've got Rand and Moiraine. It looks like they're in a tent in the Aiel waste. Moraine's, I just noticed this now. Moraine's got that outfit on.
Yeah. With
that shirt on that we just talked about where she's apparently in her Ruidian stuff or garb.
She's desert travel.
Yeah.
So that's her real clothes.
So this is so we've confirmed 2 outfits that Moiraine wears. Well, actually 3 in this season. We've got the outfit that she wears in the end towards the end of season 2, the white high collared shirt. We see a blue dress that we've seen when she's lying in the sand, and also when she's one of the other shots we saw before. And then this outfit where she's got that like white shirt with kind of beige-ish design on it.
Mm-hmm.
So Rand definitely is not Rand in that scene that we think is in the Age of Legends flashback because his hair is much shorter here.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's definitely different hair. Who are these wise ones here that they're talking to?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. They're shawls.
Yeah.
And like Rand looks annoyed enough that I think the wise ones are telling Moiraine that she's got to go into Rhuidean too, and he's like, God damn it.
Well, yeah, because they look right. It starts with them like looking. It looks like they're looking at the wise ones, and then they turn and look to each other. Like what?
Yeah. And he look like. I think it's like a little bit like I'm trying to do something on my own, and here you are again, kind of a vibe.
Mm.
Which is interesting because in the books she has to go in. I forget, and we were talking about this, I think, like last week, but is it when she goes into the stone door frame, that's who tells her she needs to go into the glass columns? It's not the wise ones who say you have to go through, or like that they've seen it in a dream, right? Isn't it?
I think
they knew she was coming. I think that's, but
I think they're going to change that.
Yeah.
Like how many different doorways could there be for Moiraine, at least?
All right.
I mean, is it? I don't know. I don't want to get into the whole door frame thing, but it's like Rhuidean, Teleron Riyadh, and Finland. Like it's a lot.
It's a lot. Let's do it. Let's do it all.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
This is the last one guaranteed. Let's get it all in here.
I know.
Any chance that this is after? Now this would be really bizarre because I don't think it is, but that this is after they got back from Meridian?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. No, he's
I can
He's
picture
still-
this scene.
he's
Like-
still wearing his sword like this. Like I feel like this is like first meeting kind
Oh,
of
that's
vibes.
true. He's wearing his sword. Is he wearing that sword in we'll see at the end when
He's got to drop his weapons, yeah.
Oh yeah, he can't bring his weapons into Meridian. I mean, he could have picked
Yeah.
it up on his way out though.
He could have.
He
Like,
probably
let me
left
put you
it
down for a second.
He probably
Let me
would
put you
leave
down for a
it
second.
with Lan, I guess, right? That's my
Yeah.
guess. He would leave his sword with Lan.
Mhm.
All right.
I just realized now we're gonna miss the scene of Matt taking out all the knives.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Do we want to go on to this next shot?
Yeah.
30
yeah, we got
seconds
come on.
in. Huh?
Yeah.
Avendesora?
Yeah.
What do you think?
There it is.
This is the longest episode we're ever going to do. I love it.
An hour and a half in. We're about
We're halfway through the trailer.
we're more than halfway through because the last 20 seconds are just black and nothing.
All right.
Nothing going on there. It really ends at like 55 seconds or so.
1 minute is the last
What
shot.
are the obelisks underneath it?
Yeah, I guess this is just sculpture. That's it.
Well, obviously.
I don't got anything. It's just sculpture that they put around the tree. There's a little like the
They're
what's it
putting-
called?
They're pointing to the possible places that Matt's gonna be hanging from in episode 8.
Like at the movie theaters when they used to have like the rope, the hanging ropes between the poles to keep people in
There you
line.
go.
That's what it is. It's to keep people
okay.
away from it so they don't go,
Okay. It's like a electronic field.
to keep the kids away
Yeah.
from climbing the tree. No climbing. There's a sign probably on one of them.
I don't think you could climb that tree.
I think you could.
You could try. To me, it looks like the branches are super high in the air.
Yeah, you've got to kind of
Shimmy up the trunk.
shimmy up.
Shimmy up the trunk or get a boost.
Maybe with with daggers, you could climb up like that.
You can't stick daggers into a Vendosora. Come on.
They had
That's why there's an electronic field protecting it.
There you go.
They probably had to build this tree, right? This is like a fake tree that they actually built, do you think? Or they think they found a really cool tree and CGI'd around it?
I don't know.
That's a question for somebody that we can ask them and they would actually give us the answer for, like in a interviewer type or a Q&A type thing.
Perhaps.
That's pretty damn cool looking though. I like the way the light comes in. The cinematography in this teaser is amazing. So
Yes.
right after that at like 32, 33 seconds, we got Rand. It looks like he's walking through the crystal columns, like walking forward. This could be the
Doesn't
top-
look happy.
No, this could be the top part of the foot shot. This might be the same
Maybe.
scene. Those look like glass columns behind him. Yeah, he definitely doesn't look happy. He's pushing forward. He looks like he's like, it's almost like wind is blowing or something's like pushing him back and he's trying to like push through it.
He's definitely teary-eyed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, next shot at about 33 seconds, 34 seconds. Here we go, spinning camera. We've got Moiraine in a pretty fancy outfit with a hat on. She's holding Rand.
Is this
This
Amerlin's, like an
yeah,
Amerlin?
this is
outfit?
Amerlin Moiraine is what I would call this variant.
Yeah, he's got a wound at his side. The sword's next to him. He's dying.
Now, does he have blood on his sleeves, or
Yes.
is that the dragon tattoos?
No, that's blood on his sleeve.
No, it's blood. I think it looks like he would just had his arm like up to his wound.
Yeah, his sword is bloody as hell.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. Like
Yeah,
he had his
'cause-
arm up,
'cause
and then his
look-
arm just drops.
His arm
He's
drops
holding
and you
the
can see
wound.
it's blood on his
Yeah.
hand and his arm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And Moiraine
She's like
crying.
screaming. Yeah.
So all the spinning camera stuff is very likely Viridian. And
So
again,
now
go ahead.
Now we have an answer for Brendan about what would have happened if Moiraine stayed to be the Amerlin and Swan went out.
Yeah,
Well, here you go. That's the reason why it happened the way it happened.
we learn
That's
in
it.
this season
We get the answer.
why that would be bad if Moiraine
Yes.
became Amerlin. All right, spinning camera. We got a shot at about 34, 35 seconds of an Aiel. Looks like,
That's Abienda.
yeah, it looks like Avienda just kind of looking out over
Dramatically.
the desert.
What are those four there's like 4 lines. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not just like
4
imagining it.
lines.
Hold on. Yeah, so like, okay, let me get back to the shot. I had to watch the video. So she's looking out, and then there's like on the right, there's like a valley, and if you look straight through that valley, there's like like 4 statues or something.
4 statues.
Okay, I gotta go through this because
Okay.
I don't see it.
I don't see. How far out, Jen?
Like far, like there's the valley, there's her, then there's like the valley, and then you could see like past it,
Yeah.
and there's like 4 little like.
I think I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'll say that is Rodian from far away, and those are tops of buildings through the clouds. That this is them cresting.
Could be Cold Rock's Hold in the distance.
It could be that too.
Yeah, maybe.
But it's like her by herself. Like, I don't know.
She could just be in front of everybody else.
Yeah, I almost wonder if this is like your first shot of the threefold land, and she's like cresting that wall, like to see it for the first,
Oh yeah, it could be them just like getting to the waist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a nice shot though.
Yeah.
it is.
All right, 36 seconds, 35, 36 seconds. We've got Lanfear getting close to Rand. I want to ask this question. All right, so, well, there's a scene after this, too, where it looks like now we see Rand and a woman kind of getting close to him, but I don't know, man. That hair doesn't look like Lanfear's hair.
Wait, the other shot or this shot?
Well, there's 2 shots,
shot.
right?
This is clearly the first shot is clearly.
Okay.
It's clearly
Natasha.
Lanfear.
Alright.
It's Natasha. It looks like it's real world Lanfear hair, to be honest with you. She doesn't have the dark eye makeup in, right?
Right.
So I think this is a real world shot of Lanfear with Rand.
Okay.
And then if you go right after this, the next
It's like
shot,
curly haired.
It's curly hair.
Is Sandra?
Wait, where? The next shot.
The very next shot.
Oh, okay.
It's
okay.
Rand
I
now,
gotta-
and you see somebody close to him, and it's curly hair.
Well, he's smooching though.
And
He's smooching.
He turns to smooch them.
That's not that short. Her short black hair.
I don't think this is. Lanfear doesn't have any curly hair whatsoever. This is like a curly head of hair. Or
No, but
wavy
look
head
at the
of hair.
next shot of Lanfear. It's like curly in the back.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. But but the curls here
I
look
mean-
like they're much higher up on her head, right? Because look at her chin, right? In the Lanfear shot after that, the curls are behind her neck. This is right like above the chin level. It's curly hair.
Yeah.
So he's kissing this girl?
Looks like it.
You want to hear my theory on this?
Yeah.
My theory is that this is right. This is Egwene. He thinks it's Egwene, and then all of a sudden it's Lanfear doing a mask of mirrors. It's really Lanfear. This is my theory.
It's Egwene with
Like him
short
and
curly
Egwene have
hair.
like an emotional scene together, and he kind of like starts to, unless he's dreaming
This
about
could be
it.
at the beginning because Egwene has short, like if it's right after, Egwene has short hair, like, because she just cut her hair off and it was like a little bit curly.
It could be, but like, so I don't know. Did you see the interview that they did on the Omelette stage, Jen?
No.
Read about it. So like they I think as clearly as they can address that like their romantic relationship is completely done and in the past, and like everyone acknowledges that in this. Like
Okay.
that's where they're at. So that's the only reason I don't like this show. There shouldn't be any sort of intimacy, physical intimacy between those two characters anymore.
But it's not her, is what I'm saying. It's Lanfear.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
there
he
shouldn't.
would
No,
go
but
for
it
it.
is to Rand until he's tricked. Like that shouldn't be in this season. I don't want them to even go like touch that well. That's the only reason I don't like it. You could very well be right. But I'm just saying if you are right, I don't like it.
Who's he
That's
going to kiss then? You think he's going to kiss
I don't know.
Lanfear? That's Lanfear. He knows it's Lanfear, and he turns to kiss her.
What if it's Min?
What if
Min
these?
doesn't have hair
I have a
like
feeling
that.
these.
Min's hair changes in every season, but
We see Min later though. Is her hair long?
no. But maybe I would like it more if Joe's thing is what Joe's saying is right, but that's Min and not Egwene.
These could be 2 different scenes too. They like to do that. They like to put clips
Yeah.
next to each other that kind of look like they could be the same thing, but they're from 2 totally different scenes.
Well, there are different scenes because the Lanfear, the clearly Natasha scene, there's sunlight behind them, or bright light behind
Maybe
them
they're
at
in
the
a
very
tent,
least.
and that's like sun coming
And
through the tent.
this is indoor by candlelight.
Yeah, it looks like there's a window in the back.
Wait a minute. Maybe
Okay.
the hair is not short. Isn't there something in the book where Moiraine thinks about if she hooks up with Rand?
Oh, yeah.
Well done.
She tries.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
she
that.
said one of her
That's one of
visions
the
is, like,
things that she tries
her
to do.
sleeping with him, right? Like trying to bed him.
Yep. Because him kissing Min doesn't make any sense.
I mean, this doesn't look like Moraine's hair either, but it could
maybe
be
it's
her.
different. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe her
Right.
hair changes like his hair. I
Oh,
don't
it
know.
does
Who
change.
knows?
We'll talk about that at the end.
So
Right.
that's my guess. For
All
that.
right, I like that, Jen.
I like it. It's Moiraine. He's going to kiss. This is another one of there's no
Yeah,
spinning camera
Moraine's
shot.
visits.
All right,
Right.
next shot is Lanfear. This is Teleran Riyadh Lanfear in all her glory. She's got the dark hair makeup, the slick back shorter hair, her outfit.
Although this is the shoulder piece and bare arm that I thought you saw in that sword fighting scene.
Oh,
That's why I was saying, like, okay, so yeah, oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. I was thinking of the
Yeah, I'm just saying.
wow.
Think about it.
Who's she talking to? Right, there's somebody in the foreground, obviously, that she's looking at.
I was just talking to Moiraine, and she's telling her like, back the fuck off.
Well, where are they? Because look at the background. It looks like there's a river. They're in front of like a city, I think.
Kinslayer's dagger. I think that's or that could be Tarvalon behind them, even, and that's what's the river? Aranin? I don't remember what river.
Yeah,
it is.
I think it's the Aranin or the Arenal. Is it? No, the Arenal's over on the other side. Yeah.
How could I not have every river and the location thereof memorized?
But in Tarvalon, isn't there mountains in the background of Tarvalon?
There are, but you can't really tell what's behind. Like
Yeah.
it fades very much in the distance. That could all be mountains behind Lanfear's head
Oh, that's
in the
true.
distance.
All right, dream sequence with.
but is this? Oh, I was going to say this is Teleran Riyadh though. This
Yeah, I mean, this could
is.
be.
That means it couldn't be Lanfear.
I feel like it doesn't have to. I feel like she could just wear whatever the fuck she wants in any scene.
No, but they haven't been doing. They made a very conscious decision in season 2 that she always looked like this. Her hair and makeup always looked like this.
I know.
in
It's
Teleran
very
Riyadh.
dream. It's
So
dream,
she
it's
didn't
dream.
have dark eye makeup, which was blowing up Kyrian.
I don't think so. But she had long
She didn't
hair.
have. She didn't have the short.
She
She
had long
didn't have the
hair,
short
right.
slick. The short slick back hair was dream Lanfear.
Yeah. I think they did that on purpose so people would obviously know, like, hey, this is.
Give you some hint that like
Yeah.
it's not the real world. Yeah.
I mean, this could
And
be.
also show you, like, it's also a good way to show you she can look like what she wants to when she's in the dream because you know what she looks like in the real world.
Yeah.
In the real world, she has long hair. She can make her hair short, slick back.
Yeah,
And
I
she's
mean,
also like trying to fit in the real world with what women look like. Like that's how most of the women, like they mostly have long hair. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like this is like a futuristic or like an Age of Legends more kind of a style.
Right.
Yeah.
If she walked around like this, I feel like people would think like it was odd and strange in the real world.
Right. Well, yes. I mean, I think they'd like it, but yes, it doesn't look. It doesn't look
Doesn't fit in.
like.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this is somebody, right? This person looks eye level with her, and that obviously that looks like long hair. But I mean, it could be anything. So Moraine's a good shot, I guess, at who she's talking to in the Teleran.
And then that just leads into the whole like this is a season where they are antagonists to each other, right? That's the conflict. That's Moraine's conflict is having to deal with Lanfear, and Lanfear's gonna be like, I didn't forget that you almost murdered me, except I got better.
So
What is she carrying?
carrying?
What is she carrying?
Around her neck? You mean?
Like a purse or like a bag? Like you've never seen her like.
I think that's just
carrying-
part of her outfit.
Yeah,
I thought
so
it was
too.
like a strap to a bag.
I think it straps both ways around her neck, but maybe I don't know.
I think it's just part of her outfit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure though.
Okay.
Next shot at 38 seconds. Here we go. More spinning camera. We've got Moiraine sleeping or was sleeping or maybe something else, and Lanfear on top of her, starting strangling her. Or
Is it just me, or does Lanfear, and I don't Does Lanfear in that scene look like she's wearing Moraine's clothes?
I don't know.
Is Moiraine naked?
I was gonna no.
No, she's
got
got,
like
she's got a shift on.
Okay.
She's got.
It also
Lanfear's looks like she's wearing Lan's outfit. To be honest with you, like she's got.
Oh, maybe. And it also like, yeah. There's like an intimacy to murder in this.
In the very beginning,
shot.
it looks like Moiraine is into it, so to speak, like that thinks she's going to be having some sort of romantic thing, and then all of a sudden Lanfear starts choking her, and she's like, "Oh shit, this isn't whoever I thought it was."
Why? Yeah, why does Lanfear do all of this? She could just blow her head up, like.
But this isn't real
because she's
it's not real. You don't think this is real?
This is.
I think all of these are just her. Yeah.
These are all the possible futures that Moiraine sees when she goes into. Because the spinning camera. Every time you see the spinning camera, it's going to be Ruidian, that part of that Ruidian sequence.
Okay.
And I, to your point, Jen, I think they're going to establish very early on in the season, like, Lanfear knows if she kills Moiraine, if she just murders her, that she will lose Rand. Like, she's trying to get Rand to believe that she is on his side, and if he, like, he trusts Moiraine. If she murders Moiraine, that's the thing. That's what's keeping Moiraine alive.
Okay.
Yeah, Rand will never go to Lanfear if she just outright murders Moiraine. But again, this is all possible futures. I think that Moraine's seeing.
Yeah.
So none of this is real.
These are all.
It looks like she's like kissing her neck almost in the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think
very weird. Like, who does she think this is?
People were saying yesterday that maybe she looked like Swan, and then she did a mask of mirrors and Swan, and then it turns into Lanfear, and she's choking her.
That's so creepy.
Yeah. Although she does look like she's wearing a kind of a Lan outfit, but although it is
who knows?
A dress. Oh no, actually it is a dress because
the dress.
I think you see her legs.
Is this definitely Lanfear?
Oh yeah.
I believe so. You don't get like a super clear thing, but I think so.
Well, the next shot is 39 seconds.
That's different though.
It's definitely Lanfear. There's like 5 shots of Lanfear killing Moiraine in this trailer.
Yeah,
I know that, but that doesn't mean that this shot is Lanfear killing Moiraine.
Well, who would it be then?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out.
Maybe it is Lan killing her.
That's not Lan.
It looks like Natasha's profile, to be honest with you.
It looks like her jawline from behind. It's a really a tough angle.
It looks like her hair too. So
all right.
I could be convinced it's not her, because this is like the only one where you don't see her face.
Yeah,
clearly, but
that's true.
That's what they got.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I just thought of something. Oh no, we already discussed this last night. It's not the same bed. There's the scene later on with Rand in the bedroom, and there's somebody on top of a person strangling them, or it looks like they're going to strangle them, but it's a different bed. The
hair looks weird. I think the hair is throwing me off.
Yeah, that's why I think it's her in disguise.
It looks like Mogedian hair.
No, I think her hair is off to the back side of her, to her left side.
Yeah, it's like flipped over. Yeah,
it's going down her left side, so you just don't see it.
So she's wearing a wig.
Well, she is wearing a wig, I think. Pretty sure.
Yes, she's wearing a wig.
Like me wearing a wig, not like people on TV wearing a wig. All right.
We're on, someone asking what timestamp we're on. This is 38 to 39 seconds.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm going to go to the next shot, which is about 39 seconds. The scene right after that where...
This one's clearer.
This is
this is definitely Lanfear.
This is Lanfear strangling Moiraine in the desert. Again, we've got the flipped camera, the spinning.
Looks like she's like garroting her. Like she's like.
It looks like Luca Brasi sleeps with the fish.
Yeah, really.
Great camera work. You got the shadows. The shadows really cool. Shadow rising.
Well done, Joe.
And then we get another shot right after this at 40 seconds. Oof. Of Lanfear slitting Moraine's throat, and you just see the spray,
the blood.
You see the spray of blood. Yeah,
the blood spraying out of her. I'm gonna see if I can try to get a good shot and post it.
Yeah, I can't. I didn't realize that was that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is hard.
I'm gonna post it in chat. I'll flip it. I'll flip it around too.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's kind of like a "this is what you did to me."
Yeah.
Vibe.
All right, I flipped it around. Can I save it after flipping it or no? You have to edit it first. Here we go. You guys can talk. I'm sorry.
Hi, Tom.
Talk about the scene.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm waiting to see the picture.
So
Where
I'm
are
trying
they here? Kyrian?
Yeah,
Tarvalon? I don't know.
This looked more like Carienne to me, just because like but I think it's probably Tarvalon. I think that I don't know if they start out in Tarvalon. I don't know if you go back to Carienne in this season. I don't know.
But this is her Ruidian experience.
Right,
she's gonna. It doesn't matter where she's gonna be all over the place.
I'm talking about like do we have enough money to build a set kind of
I think this is probably just Tarvalon. Look at the
Oh, so that's her skirt. I thought that was a puddle of blood.
Oh no, that's her skirt. Yeah.
No, that's
I see that. Yeah, that's Tarvalon.
Yeah, because you can see the
little
terraces that you mentioned
terraces,
before. That's the same as Tarvalon.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a callback to Moiraine slitting Lanfear's throat.
Yep.
And look what Lanfear's wearing. It looks like she's wearing Moraine's outfit, doesn't it? Like her outfit from like the first season.
Yeah.
Without the white shirt underneath.
Kind of, right? It looks similar. Like she's got the blue with the shoulder pads and
with a knife in her hand. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I definitely didn't realize what that from the upside down shot.
So she
just killing her.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Spinny camera.
Yeah.
All right. Then we get to 41 seconds, 42 seconds. Moiraine is talking to Lan. This is in the voiceover. This is where she says, the only way that Rand lives is if I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she's being honest and open with Lan.
Well, they've grown after last season.
Yeah. I think this is showing some growth in their relationship, and she's being honest with him. So this is clearly obvious after Ruidian.
Yes.
Yes.
Tears in her eyes. She's
all right. I want to get to it because we
got to get to the next one.
All right, 42 seconds, everyone. Woo-hoo! 42 to like 45 or so, or 43. We've got Alanna with her two warders. Now we noticed that this isn't Ivan that we know. He was recast.
Right.
As Anthony Kay is playing Ivan now, and it is the two of them and Alanna. This is. Somebody get a screenshot of that door. This has got to be.
This is Tarvalon.
I think it's Tarvalon, right?
I think so. Yeah. I don't think this is Kyrian.
That's not the front shot of the Royal Palace in Kyrian, is it?
This is Tarvalon.
Look at the shot of the street blowing up. It has like those the awnings and stuff.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Tarvalon.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like.
Where's Lauren's video? He's probably on.
It's Tarvalon, and this is like Leandrin thinks she's getting away. And then they're there to like, no, you're not.
Yeah, so it's
Where
interesting.
Are you?
Yeah, so this is, first of all, this is an awesome shot of her just ripping up the street. This is like reminiscent of what the Ashaman do, right? Later on. And so I'm kind of surprised that they do this just because I feel like in the books, when the Ashaman do like the rolling earth of fire, whatever, like that's the first time. It's almost like they make it seem like that's the first time anyone's seen anybody do that.
Well, I think, yes, that's true. But I also think it's like, this is an army of people doing it. Yeah. And I think that's the shock and awe of that, is that like, it's a ring. Like there's no escape. Yeah,
this is amazing. And we'll find out who she's doing it at in a minute. But yeah, that's Tarvalon.
Yeah, it is. I think this is the second part, like when Rick says
10 minutes that you didn't see.
This is the 10 minutes you didn't see.
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay.
Oh my god. Yeah, like she gets up, somehow she wakes up and everyone's down and she leaves.
Or maybe she's not there in the initial encounter. Yeah. She's outside.
I think
No, I mean Leandrin.
Leandrin gets up and gets away.
Wakes up, everyone else is still down, and she goes out to leave, and this is outside.
Alanna shows up.
Yeah.
Says, wait a second. But actually, look, to be honest with you, no, because look, Maxim's face is already bloodied in this scene. Look at the beginning shot. His face is all cut up and bloody. Yvonne doesn't look so Doesn't look too bad, but Maxim does. So he's been in some sort of battle already.
Well, maybe this is like.
Oh, like the middle
I
of
don't
the
know.
fight
Yeah, I
with
was gonna
Leandrin.
say. Yeah, maybe. I don't know though. I'm not sure.
Or it could just be like she's the first one to get up because she's a battle Aja, you know. And like
That's true.
She meets there. Yeah, she runs outside to catch her. It could be like
She looks
she's
okay,
like
though.
Leandrin's walking out and she's like blowing up the street behind her to like get to her or something.
I don't
imagine
think
a
so.
lot of them that all get knocked out in the beginning is the show's continuing concussion count. You know, I think a lot of people are just gonna get like knocked into walls and get knocked out
And cut in half.
Yeah.
So Alana does not look like she's injured at all, though. So I'm guessing
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying, she gets a head injury in the first.
Well,
unless Maxim just gets the blood on him just because.
Oh, he looks like a little raggedy. His hair's not perfect. He looks sweaty.
It's true.
Well, yeah, Maxim definitely was in some sort of altercation before this. What I'm thinking of is what we first said, where Alana's not at the initial encounter. Leandrin, like you said, Jen, Leandrin wakes up, goes to leave, and then she runs into them. Maybe Leandrin does a first attack, and that's how Maxim gets all bloodied up, and then this is like the counter.
Maybe. I don't know.
We'll see more of this, though. There's definitely more of this shot later on, which we'll talk about. But this is I can't wait to see this. I'm so excited. This is amazing. All right, another shot, 43 seconds. Here we go.
This is like one of the things that got me the most excited.
Rand, a little burst of the power. Now, Tom, you wanna talk about this scene since you're so excited about it?
Yeah, it looks like this is Bubble of Evil, Joe. This looks like this is a version of Rand fighting the mirror images of himself, which I think is going to be fucking great, and something that we really hoped would be in this show. So I think that's what you're seeing here.
It looks like there's clear 3 sort of copies of Rand. They kind of look like T1000s. Now, there was a big debate yesterday about this one down on the bottom right. It's on the bed, and it looks like it's over on top of somebody. Who is this person that is?
Really? Where?
Yeah.
The bottom one on the right. There's one on the bed. It's like on top of the bed, hovering over somebody.
Oh, I can't see a person.
Yeah.
There's a person underneath.
Yeah, I'm going to say Elayne, just because I think that's who, like, it should be. If it's a bed, if it's Rand's bedroom.
So, and if you notice though, right, the person wasn't sleeping in the bed, or it doesn't look like the person was
so they
sleeping
got knocked down.
Yeah, it looks like they were like near the bed and got knocked onto it because their head is like almost halfway down the bed.
I don't see any of that. I believe you. I just don't see it.
I don't know if I have a really good shot of it.
It's all right. It's all right.
There's definitely an arm that you can see. So you can see the arm move at the bottom of the screen as like the scene progresses.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely a person there. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Brian, Matt Hatch posted in the Discord. I think Brian had doctored up a picture to make it look nicer. Jen, you could probably download that one and you can clearly see. Oh, that's a really good shot of it.
Okay. I see.
Elayne?
No, I think, I don't know. Throwing Elayne into this season is a lot.
So do we get, is this Elayne? Do we get Rand and Elayne time? A little bit of Rand and Elayne time in the beginning?
I feel like you have to.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. You can't really see the hair, if it's red hair or not, but it's just dark altogether. So it's
it's tough. I don't know, people are saying in chat like that it looks like it's a woman with dark hair, but I feel like unless somebody was blonde, all hair would look dark. Rand looked like he has black hair in this picture. You know?
Yeah, the lighting's such that
because of the lighting.
Yeah, that it could be anybody that doesn't have like bleach blonde hair. Yeah, interesting. Is this taking place in Falm, you think? Or are we in Tar Valon?
I don't know. Are they even going to be in Falm?
Are we going?
I think it's going to be Tar Valon. I think they're going to be in Tar Valon at the beginning of the season.
There's no reason to still shoot Falm if they're already in Tar Valon. Is that the first 10 minutes of the show? Like the first scene of the show with Leandrin?
I think so.
Yes, I think so. And I think,
there's no reason for them to be in Falm at all.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And they have the
This is wild.
Tarvalon set, so yeah, this is crazy.
This is wild. Yeah, I mean they didn't go back to Morocco, right? To do any filming, so it would make sense then that we've been talking that it starts in Falm, but they didn't do any filming there. I mean, it could have been exterior shots, like, they could have taken some B-roll footage, exterior shots, and then everything's done on sets for inside, but yeah, it doesn't make sense now that thinking about it. There was no filming in Morocco that we know of, so they probably none of the season takes place in Falm. They just are in Tarvalon or wherever. All right.
Wherever.
All right. All right. Next shot at about 45 seconds. We've got Rand and Couladin. It's Couladin, man. Like, you can see the tattoos on his arms. This is what I was talking about, like the shoulder pad type thing. And the hair looks a little similar. It looks similar a bit to the shot of the other guy walking with Rand.
I don't know. Like, this is definitely Couladin, though.
Well, and my theory was that Couladin came with the cloak on, so you couldn't really see his arms, and then he takes his cloak off and reveals his tattoos.
I don't think they'd be walking together like that.
Yes, again, I feel like anytime Couladin's going to see Rand, he's going to be trying to kill him. Like, I don't think they would be walking calmly like that.
I think right there.
I think they'd be running. They'd both be trying to beat each other to get there.
So I'm going to say this into that. They don't do this they don't do that in the books because there's the rules, right? There's the Piece of Viridian and things like that, right, where Couladin still has to kind of follow some of their culture and ways.
But he tries to break into the books. Like, I know what you're. I don't think they're going to actively be fighting
because there's so many Aiel standing there watching. Like, they're like that he can't break custom. Like, he feels like if he does break custom, he won't be able to gain the trust of the Aiel.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, and I feel like this is the way the shot is composed. I love it because Couladin is there to convince the clan chiefs that he's the Karakaran. That's who he's looking at.
And why? Those are wise ones back there.
Well, yeah, but they're also clan chiefs sitting on the seats.
Yeah.
All right. So Rand knows what he's about to do, so he's looking at all the people that are going to be impacted by it. Everybody behind him already knows what he's about to tell them. The people who don't know are the people that Rand is looking at. And that's why I love this shot.
I don't think all of those wise ones, though, with clan chiefs know what Rand's going to do. I think maybe one or two.
No, they don't know. They don't know what he's going to do. They know what he is about to tell everyone. They already know.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Right? The people who don't know are the people that Rand is looking at. The people who are going to be emotionally impacted about his decision are the people he's paying attention to. So his focus about what's important here and Couladin's are 180 degrees different. And that's what you're seeing in the shot.
So I'll skip. The next shot is Lanfear. It looks like...
Wait, I want to say something about the shot before we move on. Why is he wearing this outfit?
To Rand?
Couladin.
I don't know. What is this? That's a Shido. Maybe that's a Shido.
Well, because they're evil or they wear black. Like, it's cool, but it looks like Age of Legends stuff. It doesn't look like Aiel clothes.
It looks like Seanchan, actually, right? With the big, the back neck thing.
It's weird that it's like black, unless like somebody gave that to him to wear, like from Age of Legends. Like they designed him an outfit. Otherwise, it's just really strange for him to be wearing that.
Asmodean's like, you are going to look brilliant.
Yeah. Trust me. He's a fashion designer and a Freeman.
He knows, he's a showman. He knows.
Yeah. He's like, all right, so that I'll take, because otherise it's a weird choice.
You'll look fabulous when I'm done with you. It's queer eye for the Aiel.
He doesn't have to be queer. He can just be like, listen, man, you're gonna... Right? So we're at second 45.
45 seconds on us. So I want to, there's a shot of Lanfear next, right? That actually looks like the Lanfear shot, the outfit that Lanfear's wearing in one of the previous shots where she's choking Moiraine, the one which looks like she's garroting Moiraine.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It looks like the same outfit. I don't necessarily, because they're trying to make it look like, I think that Rand's looking up at Lanfear, right?
Yeah, but I don't think,
but I don't think
maybe that's what the last thing Moiraine sees before she dies.
Which time?
She fell at her feet when she garroted her.
Oh, yeah.
That's like Terminator Lanfear.
Yeah, I think this is not. Yeah, the shot after this though, at 46 seconds, we get.
Yes.
This is another wide shot of Al Kurdal. You see the people that Tom you were talking about that Rand was looking at. This is that wall of Aiel we saw in the earlier shot. Like, that's who these people are. So I guess Rand and that person are walking towards that wall of Aiel. On the other side of that wall is this Al Kurdal. Yep. You see Rand actually taking off his coat.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's going to show them his tattoos. I'm assuming after Couladin already showed them his tattoos.
Well, yeah, Couladin wasn't hiding them. Right? It's going to be like, I get them too.
Is the guy in front of the third chair from the left wearing like a weird headdress or something? Or am I just looking at that shot now?
Yes, they look like an Egyptian prince or
so
like that.
on the Dusty Wheel release last night, they were talking about the fact that might be Savannah, and that's a girl.
Oh, yes, I did hear that.
Right? And that, because if you zoom in, it's a girl.
Okay. Why aren't all the chairs filled?
Because not all
there's
the
a bunch
chiefs are there.
Remember, that's what happens. Like, he gets there first before everyone arrives, and Rand's kind of, like, his hand gets forced.
So it looks like 5 of the clan, if we count Savannah as the Shido, and obviously Couladin's there, so the Shido are there, plus 4 others, right? So it looks like there's only going to be 8 clans instead of 12. Mm-hmm. There's 8 chairs, 3 of them are empty, so 3 clans, I guess, didn't show there yet. And there's people on the right. Those are probably all the wise ones on the right standing up. So this is going to be, I don't know, this is Rand proclaiming himself as the Karakar, and this is probably like episode, 6 or 7, maybe?
I think this is all episode, this is probably all episode 8.
You can see this.
I think episode 8 is like I don't see him proclaiming himself as Karakar. Episode 7 being the fight in the 2 rivers, and then episode 8 is like all descending action. I mean, it could be like, but I feel like this is all the end. Yeah, this is. I think that episode 8 is going to be
only because
it's going to be this and Tanchico.
Only because we're predicting them to get a little somewhat into the fires of heaven. Like we're talking like they're going to like the end of the season is going to be them going back over to the Dragon Wall. So this could be earlier. This could be episode 6 or something like that. And then it, there's a chase or a race back to the wetlands, and then that's when we get a fight maybe with Asmodean if we even get that.
Yeah, I don't know. Man, there's a lot. I don't know how. I feel like episode 8. Like if I hear, pardon me. I don't know. It's tough. If episode 4 is Roydian, then you're talking about 5, 6, 2 episodes to get to this. I don't know. I feel like this is more episode 8, and it's going to be like, it's not going to be exactly the same, but there's going to be more. Like, this is going to just immediately break into chaos.
So Dana's asking what the episode 8 title is. I don't think we know for sure that the order of the episode. We know episode titles, but I don't think we know the order of them, right?
We don't.
And we know who's writing each episode, and we know that Rafe is writing episode 4, which we think is Road to the Spear, and I think he kind of even confirmed this in the Amaleta stage interview that Ryosha said that episode. No,
we don't know. We know the writers. We don't know what episode numbers each person's writing. I don't think.
No, but what I'm saying is that in the interview, Yosha said that episode 4 is a really big episode for him, and he mentioned that Rafe wrote it, helped write it, and we know that Rafe wrote episode 4, and we think that that's probably the Road to the Spear episode, which is the
that's the acting showcase for Yosha. I think this is probably Who Comes with the Dawn. Probably.
Right?
It's the episode title here.
Yeah. Well, He Who Comes with the Dawn could also be the episode after Road to the Spear, where he comes back from, which I think is going to be what that last shot of him and Moiraine is. That's them coming out of Iridian. I think that's what that is. But this is such a cool shot, though. I can't wait to see this whole scene play out on the show. All those Aiel down there with all the spear. It looks so cool. It's a lot of extras. I wonder if that's CGI. Some of those are CGI.
That's a comfortable assumption.
All right. I'm gonna try to move a little quicker. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but we're already past 2 hours in.
Yeah.
Sorry. We got a shot of Galad. 47 seconds. That's definitely Callum Kerr, who we had I think What Series had already announced him as Galad or as being in the show. We don't know for sure, but I think we're pretty sure it's Galad, right? Because he was was in those scenes with the Camelin scenes.
Mm-hmm.
All of the I love the novices in the background, their expressions.
Yeah.
Who is that person in the background on the right with like the weird face? It's like face paint or something. Or
I think there's again, it's just brush behind in front of the person.
The tree branch.
Yeah.
All right, so hard looking at the shots.
Yeah.
Jen's an outdoorsy kind of a girl.
No, it's hard to. It's hard when I'm like looking at a still shot.
That might be
I know what you
another,
mean.
that could be a warder or a warder in training. Or
Yeah,
something
I don't
like
even
that.
know what I'm looking at. Okay.
It's not a novice. Yeah, that's all I can say.
But there's like an Andor guard with him.
Yeah, that's how I think that is. That's a red.
Oh, the
there's a
person
lion.
in red over there on the
You
left
can see the
side.
lion on their breast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird that they allow Andoran guards in the.
Well,
Is
he
this
can't
wait?
be
Is,
alone.
wait. First of all, this is definitely
This
the
is
White
the-
Tower, right? Because
Yeah,
Oh,
this is the
there's
water
all
trading guard.
novices.
Yeah, this is the water trading grounds.
why would an
They grew
Andoran guard
trees.
be there?
Because one of the princes of Andor is training with swords, and like this guy's there to make sure nobody gets any bad ideas.
Okay, so who's he training with?
The only scene that you should have here is him fighting Matt. Like I think that's what's about.
Thirsty Water. Is he fighting with?
Oh, Thirsty Water better be back, man. Come on, help a brother out.
Thirsty Water. He's besting. Like maybe we'll get a scene with. We're gonna get a scene with Galad establishing his prowess with the sword. I think if we get the Matt scene, that we're gonna see something before that. I think of Galad or Gowan besting somebody else who's really. Maybe Hamar, right? We keep talking about him being.
He's gonna be in the show. I just love this shot. The fact that like the three Babettes from Beauty and the Beast are to Galad's left, right? That it's just three girls who are like, oh, Galad, he's so dreamy.
Maybe it's Gowan. Who's just beat up.
It could be. It could be.
He's like, come on, brother, give me something better than that. All right. Moving forward, 47, 48 seconds. Land just swirling his sword. It's just sword practicing. Nothing really to note there. 48 seconds. We've got somebody forging an axe.
Somebody.
That's not Marcus's arm.
Okay, you're right.
That's too lighter skinned and thin to be Marcus's arm. Is this a Two Rivers shot? But it does look like the axe he has later on. Is this Two Rivers shot?
Maybe there's a new blacksmith there. Somebody took over the forge.
Huh? That's a good point. Tom, you think this is Two Rivers?
Yeah, that's his axe. There's no other reason to show an axe being forged.
Somebody else took the. Is it another Ibarra taking over the forge, or just somebody else in the town?
No, I don't think it's an Ibarra. I think that could be Master Luhan. I don't remember if we, that's Master Luhan. There you go, and that's him. That's him forging an axe for Perrin. That's all. Perrin's got other stuff to do at the time. He doesn't have the chance to do it himself.
All right. Next shot at 48, 49 seconds. We've got Min. A Min sighting.
Yeah.
In a room with lots of weird things in there. We've got like a zebra head, an oryx head. It looks like a little somebody told me before that they think they saw the FIFA World Cup on somewhere around here.
I think that's an Xbox One, I think, behind her. Yeah, no, there's a lot of odd things.
There's one of those crypto things that looks like it's on the table to her left, like that, the spiral, that little tube thing that I forget what did they call them, like cryptograms or something like that.
I know what you mean. Yeah. Like a codex kind of a vibe.
Yeah.
Jen, what do you think this is, Jen?
I don't know. You guys think it's the museum? It's like small. It's not smaller than I thought it would be if it is. It's like a little weird room.
Yeah, maybe it's a back room at the museum, or maybe this is them searching for like they're searching the city, and this is just one of the rooms or one of the areas that they search. There's definitely a lot of old odds and ends and like antiquities. It looks like in this place, but it doesn't look like a museum. Jen, you're right. Like,
yeah, it's like messy.
Yeah, it looks like a storeroom.
Yeah, okay.
That looks like a little skull all the way on the left there. It looks like a little person's body or something like that, like a very tiny, like a teeny tiny person.
I don't know.
Very weird. Yeah, Min in an interesting outfit. It looks like her hair grew out too.
Yeah.
I can't tell if that's her hair coming down in the back.
It looks like it, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I think that's her hair, unless it's
that would take a long time to grow, though. I mean, you can't really change your hair that fast.
Well,
I don't know.
It could be a head. It could be
the part of that
headdress kind. Yeah.
Yeah, like
tie.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
It could be. It could be the veil of Chinchiko.
She looks startled though.
Flip by. Yeah, it looks like she saw like someone's in there that shouldn't be, or found her that shouldn't find her.
Yeah, I don't think this really tells us much about anything.
Except for the next shot. I mean, I think it's meant to give you an idea of who she sees.
You think that's... Again,
I think it's meant to give you that idea. I don't say that that's what she's seeing.
I think that's two different rooms.
It is.
Somebody put their hand around his neck. What is that?
Yeah, it looks like his neck is cut up, but those look like...
very straight scratches.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe this is another... Maybe Matt's the one on the bed with Rand's bubble of evil.
Huh.
Could be.
Could be Matt.
Yeah, just because he's on the bed doesn't mean like he was laying on the bed to start with. The guy could have just tackled him or something, you know?
Yeah, that could be Matt.
It could be Matt. Maybe Matt is who he was smooching. He's got curly hair, shoulder length.
He does.
Shut up.
Oh,
they can't change it that much.
Yeah. These wounds don't look that fresh. They look like they could be a few days old, though. But yeah, I mean, is this just Matt? Is this Matt looking at the dagger? Is this another shot of?
Oh my god! Does he look at anything else?
He looks like he's got like a sleeping robe on. Like
it's a different robe. It's a different robe. It's very good.
It's a different robe. He doesn't look like he has anything on underneath it. So it definitely looks like he's was sleeping potentially.
Yeah. Someone pointed this out in the Dusty Wheel chat yesterday, and I love it. That those scratches are from Maiden's Kiss. Which is, I want Matt to be Matt, and I want that to be true.
Who does he play Maiden's Kiss with, though?
Bane and Jiad.
Oh my
and
god.
And Avienda. They're all around the beginning.
Oh, yeah. Well,
that's funny. Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
There was only 3 scratches.
Yeah, true. I think there's another one though on the other side of his neck.
Yeah, well, they each have 2 hands. Right, I was prepared for you to.
I like this theory. That's a good. I like it.
Yeah,
it does look like it could potentially be Tarvalon too. It's really hard to say. I'm just looking at the right. There's like where the light's coming through those little holes. It looks like a Tarvalon window or window covering type.
Yeah.
Someone said though he could be outside, but I don't know if he's outside. It looks like stone structure above his head. It's hard to say though. There's fire or something definitely lighting up his left side. As he moves in closer, it gets a little brighter. All right, next up after that, we're at 50 seconds or so, and we've got a Mogedian sighting. It's really difficult with that hair for me. I'm sorry. It's very distracting.
This is the same outfit that Lanfear's wearing in the scene where I said, I think she sees Mogedian.
Oh, Leandrin?
No, it isn't.
It's a different outfit.
It's the same, the red cloak thing. And she's pulling it back in that scene.
That's all late. That's very
she has like a veil. Yeah.
I don't know.
I gotta look back. I don't think it's the same.
I'm gonna look back right now.
I forget how many seconds that was.
No, it's like 5 seconds in. It's like, it's 2 hours ago.
I don't.
Yeah. See, that's like, okay, so it's 9 seconds. It's like a lacy veil that's only covering one half of her head, and on this side she's wearing a hood. And this shot she's wearing a hood, so it's different.
It is different.
Right.
And that's
You
much
say so.
brighter red.
Yeah.
This looks like more of a darker
Yeah.
crimson type color.
Yeah, this is definitely different.
All right. Fine. I agree with you.
I love
All
how
right,
I love how the Leandrin's like not looking her in the eyes and
Yeah.
Mogedian's just staring her down as she's walking away. She just continues to make eye contact with her, and Leandrin just can't look at her straight in the face
I can't wait.
because she's so terrified of her.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's more. Give me more of that. Rafe made a comment about Mogedian too on the Omelette interview. He said they asked her like who or which character was he most excited to explore, a favorite character to explore more this season, and he said Mogedian. He said she lights every scene on fire, Leia Costa. So
Can't wait.
Yeah.
She's gonna be great.
it's going to be awesome. All right, next shot.
Oh boy.
46 seconds in. We got a love shack scene with Moiraine and Swan.
Fake.
46 seconds.
Yeah, I got 46
Fake
seconds.
news.
Where
No,
are you at?
51
Oh,
seconds.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's weird. My thing screwed up. Sorry about that. 51 seconds.
Could this
Moiraine-
be like they go down on the bed? Oh no, what kind of hair does she have when she's getting choked on the bed?
No, it's not the
Different?
same.
Okay.
This Swan doesn't have any sleeves on here, and that person.
Maureen's also wearing.
No, I mean if it like switched from Swan to Lanfear.
You think
Yeah,
this-
I'm saying the outfit's different.
Yeah, Moiraine has blue on right here, unless underneath that
Oh,
she's
Moraine's
got.
outfit. I thought you were saying Swan was.
No, I'm saying Swan's outfit. If that
Right, but
Swan changes to Lanfear, it's not just body change, it's also a clothing change.
Right,
Which is
right.
possible, whatever. Anything's possible, but
Yeah, I mean, Maureen's looks like she's wearing a blue shirt, a blue top here, but I mean, she could be wearing the shift underneath it. This could also be one of those scenes that's not actually in the show. I think this could potentially be a scene that's not actually in the show.
yeah.
When would this happen? If Moiraine goes back to Tarvalon, like they're saying, Rand and Moiraine are in Tarvalon during the beginning.
How do they go from the end of season 2 to this? at the beginning
Yeah,
of
I
season
don't think
3?
this is
I
like.
don't think this is happening. This is like
Yeah.
either a flashback
I think
or it's a Roydian thing.
Yeah, Maureen's hair looks different enough here that I feel like it's a flashback kind of a vibe.
Yeah. Moving on just to the next scene. 51 seconds. Fail Bashire. Her and Perrin getting hot and heavy.
I'm shocked that they're progressing their relationship to a physical point this early in the show, but I'm fine with it. Go for it, Perrin.
This could be the
Look
end
how
of the
tiny
season.
she looks in
Close to the end.
like
Yeah,
compared to him.
he looks gigantic.
To be honest, with that hair too, she kind of looks like a little boy or a little kid,
Oh.
at least.
What? That's gross.
Compared to him, yes, it is gross. Compared to him, though, like she's so much tinier than him in that haircut. She looks like a little kid.
I can't even really tell what her hair looks like.
She's got like short cropped, like a boy kind of haircut.
Well, she's out there, hunting for horns and stuff.
Yeah, she found one. Perrin's
That's
pants.
right, baby. That's right, baby.
Blow that horn.
Oh,
Perrin's
geez.
hair
What?
is just like
Toot toot.
Yeah,
wild and crazy.
Yeah, he's letting the wolf out.
Hashtag let Fael blow.
Oh my
Jeez.
god! Look at the difference in their arm sizes. Look at
Yeah.
his bicep. Holy shit!
His biceps
bicep
are bigger
is-
than her thighs, probably.
Yes, 100% yes.
Oh my
He
god!
could break her by accident if he's not careful, which is kind of what that's Book Perrin, though, right?
That's Book Perrin.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. He didn't sip arm
That's
day.
why
He's
she's
gigantic.
sitting on top of him.
Yes, that's the only way it will work. It's like Big Show and his wife.
Oh my
reminds-
God.
She was very short. She was
It's like that scene in House Party. If you know, you know. Anyway, are we excited here about Fael? And so this is confirmation
Yeah.
that the two of
Yes.
them are gonna hook up this season.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think.
Or he's dreaming.
No. It's real.
Oh man! Oh man! Oh man!
You
All right.
never know.
All right. This next shot, we've got 51 seconds.
I don't know, man.
Is that Elayne?
No.
It doesn't look anything like her.
Her eyes are too big.
Her eyes are way too different. I don't think
Yeah.
Her nose is different, and this girl looks blonde, not redheaded.
Somebody posted a photo of them next to each other. Their eyes are completely different. Her eyes are like very small.
Yeah,
This girl's eyes are very, very
I feel
wide.
like everybody kept brushing over this yesterday and just thought it was Elayne, but I'm like, I don't think this is Elayne at all.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean,
the nose is totally different.
Totally
look
different.
in chat. Look at the eyes in chat.
Now, is this
That's not her. No.
Yeah, like
there's a shot of her making her eyes big.
Yeah, but I don't think
the nose is still different. Like, I mean, this could be like, is she supposed to be in disguise? Like, what is going on here?
I don't think
she could be in disguise in Tanjiko, but like it does not look like her nose looks so different.
Yeah, it's not her.
They show this picture is great that it looks like the Dusty Reel posted a comparison. The eye with her eyes open, she does have
but
big
that's
eyes.
like
and the mouth looks similar.
She's making her eyes open. This girl doesn't look like she's.
But look at
this girl's eyebrows are
down.
Are down, right. and her eyes are that big. I'm not even. To me, it's the nose. I think
the cheekbones looked a little different too, and the mouth is similar. But
well, it's a different angle for the head. It's not an exact.
I will say this: like the dimple between her nose and her upper lip, it like this woman has a pretty pronounced one, and Kira does not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think
they
that's
definitely
her.
look similar, but I don't think it's her.
I don't think it's her either. Who is this?
I
tried looking up.
First time
go ahead.
I don't know what actor this is, but I thought that was the Panarch.
Oh, Amathera?
Yeah. That's what I thought when I saw the trailer. Like, that's the only pretty, like, blonde person that I'm expecting to see in a city.
Yeah, so Light Blinded Fool is posting a picture of Olivia Popica, who is supposed to be playing Jean Cade. Watt Series had posted that. I did go through all the Watt Series castings, and I did look at Olivia Popica. And I looked up a few different pictures of her, and like this picture that you're showing, Light Blinded Fool, is kind of looks like her, but then when you see other pictures of Olivia Popica, not even close, I don't think. But she's got her chin dimple. Olivia Popica's got a chin dimple. I'm not seeing that here at all. The chin's very different. The mouth looks very different. Even the eyebrows look very different. I don't think that's her. I went through all of the pictures and I could not find anyone that Watt Series had already identified that looked at anything close to her.
The strongest argument for us being wrong and that being Elayne is the fact that like it's pretty bold. It would be the only new actor to be given just a full face reveal in the trailer and have no one address it. But it doesn't look like Kira to me.
Any thoughts on where this takes place too? Like there's a pretty
I think it could be Tanjiko, but
she's wearing a head wrap and like a reddish or a reddish orangish dress or top. Heavy eye makeup for sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting. Someone's got to be able to identify this person. I'm sure somebody's gonna, with the power of social media, somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, I know who that is.
Right.
It's this actor." So we'll just have to wait, I guess, until somebody does that.
Yeah, a lot of people going, "I know who that is. It's Kira Coveney."
But why don't we someone tag Kira on Instagram and say, "Hey, Kira, is this you?"
Yeah, I think it's the best way.
Hey, Kira, this you? New phone, this you? I don't think it's her. I don't think it's her at all.
Omar from Watt Series like, I tried that. No response yet. No response
I thought he said I tried AI.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. Maybe he tried what maybe he means what we said.
Oh, yeah. I think I tried AI as well. To be honest with
I
you.
tried asking Esther.
Yeah, no, I know. Omar, I know where you're at. You tried asking Kira. Yeah. We'll find out.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest mysteries for me of this teaser is who is this person? Because I don't think it's Kira.
It's if it's just the nose looks like it's coming out and Kira's nose dips in, and that's
Kira's
the biggest
got
thing
like
for
a
me.
nose kind of curves like outward, like it's like a concave curve, and this person has a convex curve.
Yes,
she's got a little bump on her nose. This person, but yeah,
we're comparing noses.
Yes, it could be makeup.
Ears.
So it's either A, different actor, or B, Kira with like makeup and prosthetics on, right? This is not clearly supposed to be Elayne. This is either her made up. Maybe they do disguises and they figure out how to disguise themselves with the one power. And they.
I don't think.
Light by the Force said maybe she got punched in the face by Nynaeve, and I'm willing to believe that.
Yeah, or another concussion, you know, face first. That's why her eyes are all dark. I don't know.
Oh, that's great. She's actually allergic to the peppers that they have in Tanchico.
Oh, the ice
and
peppers.
so she's just like swelling up a little
Well,
bit.
those are Saldean ice peppers that they imported into Tanchico.
Yeah.
All right, next shot, just to move this along. I know we've been going here for 2.5 hours.
Little punchy.
52 seconds. It's a close-up of Egwene. It's kind of a weird shot of her, like...
This is in the dream. That's
Yeah, this has got to be a dream shot. It's got to be a dream shot. Or her going into maybe her accepted test.
Oh, it's possible that too. But like accepted tests didn't look surreal when we already saw them. They looked real.
That's true.
This looks like the background's out of like weird.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like we should play a game. Accepted test, crystal columns, or Teleronria.
Well, I think the crystal
love
column
it.
stuff is pretty clear.
I know, it's just like... well, not if Egwene is also going into the crystal columns.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I don't know.
I don't know if she is. She'll probably be doing dream training.
Okay.
All right. 52 seconds. We've got a shot of Rand looking up at the sky, yelling. I will notice that this is similar coloring and lighting to the crystal column shots we saw previously. And I think he's wearing the same shirt.
Dig his own eyes out of his head, but he stops himself.
I think I know exactly why he's screaming.
Why?
I think there's a shot later on in this trailer. Yeah, I think it's right after.
So there's a shot right after this of what appears to be Shail / Tigraine and Janduin.
Oh, so he comes back screaming.
Yes, I think
on Dragon Mount in the snow, the blood snow. This is like assuming after Tam has taken Rand off, Janduin finds Tigraine or Shail dead on the mountain, and he's yelling
I love
up in
this.
the air. Now the real question is that Yosha in makeup?
Yeah,
Is this
I think
part
it is.
of the crystal columns, or is this a cold open flashback?
No, I think it's part of the crystal
columns.
columns. Yeah, and I think it's Yosha. We did the Dusty Wheel did a comparison.
Mouth open mouth.
Yeah, they did like a morph from one to the other, and the teeth are exact. I think that's to me that was the biggest thing.
His cheek looks very similar too.
Yeah, the cheekbones
Anas
are.
is posting the picture in
let me see.
Discord for us.
This is the last one.
I think so.
No,
I think that they're going to do.
This would be the first one.
It would be the first one
backwards.
Oh,
in
it goes
time.
back. You're right. It does go backwards.
I think it's going to go forwards in time because I think it's going to, like, this is going to be the one that's the most difficult for him to go through emotionally.
So you don't think we're going to get a backwards in time?
I think you're going to get a forwards. I think it's
this is
easier for people to understand.
This, I feel, is a more important reveal to Rand than the Aiel stuff. So why would he wouldn't scream?
Right? Why would he scream that?
But I'm not saying that this isn't
care.
him screaming, but I'm just saying that this might be his first step through the glass columns.
Yeah, but he's like, it looks like he's on his knees. He like, so I feel like that would be like the end.
I think so too. I think
you can't.
Well, I just think that like,
yes,
I think
yes,
that
I can.
It's just the top. It's just like his shoulders up to his head.
I think he's on his knees with his head thrown. I wouldn't stand and like throw my head back like that. I think he's coming back on his knees
But he's going through that experience through the crystal column, so presumably he takes a step forward and he kind of like is almost transported back in time. He's still standing there. He's not moving and doing all the motions of like in the real world of what.
Could he fall to his knees at the very end and like that's the last one?
But what I'm saying is that there's nothing here that to me that says he's on his knees.
I think he's on. He looks like he's on his knees too, Jen. But
Maybe
I
that's
think
him getting up. Then his little fancy footwork that he does later is
trying to push himself forward.
This guy has a beard, Janduin?
Yeah.
Or is that the veil?
That might be his.
He has a mustache. Because it looks like in the picture Honest posted that he has a mustache.
Yeah, that's
he's got a beard. He's got a beard. Yeah. Remember, he's got Yoshi's gonna be wearing prosthetics and things to kind of walk through all those different parts.
Yeah. I think it could potentially be a cold open shot.
I don't know why I don't know why it would be.
No.
You've got
again. I think they're doing that, putting these two shots right next to each other to make you think they go together when they really don't.
All right.
Yeah, but why would they do a cold open of this if Rand's going to go through the crystal columns as his ancestor?
Because
this is like the only ancestor we care about first.
They're not going to show
first or last.
They're not going to show this in the crystal columns.
Right. In the books, the crystal columns end with the Aiel forming Rodian. That's the last thing, right? But like, yeah.
How cool is this?
Yeah,
like, this is what we've always wanted to see Jan doing. Like,
well,
and that's Rand is. If it's a cold open, why would Rand play Janduin?
That's also true.
Right,
yeah.
right. This is like a easier and cooler way for him to find out. Yes. They could explain to him who his mother was.
Yeah.
But this is like a way for him to find out like where he came from.
No, that makes sense. You're right.
And I think it's an easier way for you to say, I am seeing my ancestors, than the first thing you see or the last thing you see is my dad.
Yeah.
Right? Like this is like going back to me. Right? And that's the way, if you do it in a start at the past, move towards the future thing, that's how the audience realizes, oh, this line of people that Rand's living are his ancestors, because the last thing you find out is that's his dad, because I know that's his mom.
Yeah. Well, I figured I thought the wise
or reverse,
tell him that.
Yeah, both of them works, I think.
Yeah.
But
But getting told that and actually experiencing it is different. So they could do both.
It's different.
Yeah.
Yep.
They could definitely do both. Or he could experience this and then the wise ones kind of confirm it after the fact. Like he says, he goes up to them and say, I saw this, like, and they're like, yeah, that's but sending him in there unprepared about any of that, like, you would have to give some sort of context for him and reason for him to go through the crystal columns. Like, if he doesn't find out, if he doesn't know that he's an Aiel, like, and his dad was Aiel, then what's the point of him going into Iridian?
Yeah,
like,
I think they know that. I think he knows that, and I think you can say like your dad was like whatever, like just like your Aiel, like, or hey, the Karakaran's Aiel. If you're really who it is, you're gonna have to go through there and make it.
Yeah, and
like we're not gonna like that's it. Nobody finds out what that is. Nobody gets told what that experience is before they go in.
No, of course not.
You just got to go through it.
No, so but what I'm saying is there has to be some sort of reason or impetus for them to think he's the Karakaran. So there's going to have to be some explanation of, because you're Aiel, your father was an Aiel clan chief, your mother, was not Aiel. Like, that story's probably going to come out before he goes into Iridian, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. Like,
how do they know that he's Shael's son?
Well, it's. I don't think they know 100% that it's him, but they know the story of that, right? That story exists amongst the Aiel, right? They know that. They know Janduin. They know Shael. They know that she was pregnant. They know that she died. Apparently, Janduin must have. He must have made contact with other Aiel after this.
He does. He goes back.
Yeah,
and then he goes off to the Blight by himself.
Yeah.
Right?
And they're also dreamers too. The wise ones are dreamers too, so they probably also have had some sort of visions about this as well.
Yeah, like that's why the Aiel go sit down. Like they know that he's out there. They know that the Karakan's alive and out there. So like that's where they all get sent to go find him and bring him back. Yeah,
and again, they're not sure he's the Karakan. They think he could potentially. They think he is, and they need to prove it. And this is the way they prove it, by going through Iridian and being marked twice. All right, next shot. We're back to Tarvalon, and we've got Leandrin all bloodied up, who looking like she's about to pound Alana with some one power fists.
And Alana's got like a blade of the power.
Leandrin is covered in blood, by the way. Like, it's like she's wearing red, right? First of all, her face has got blood all over it. She's wearing red, but there's black splotches all over her, which I believe is probably blood.
It's probably the person that got torn in half.
Yes. This is pretty sick. So this is part of, I guess, that shot we saw earlier where Alana, does the ground ripping up. This is probably after that, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe the ground hit her.
So
I got buried in stone, like.
Yeah, this is pretty wicked. This is obviously part of that beginning shredding sequence.
Yeah. And now we can see this. It's 100% Tarvalon in this shot. Like there's no question.
So no.
Is there a guy sitting in the background back there?
I don't see.
Waiting to get his haircut?
I think that person's
on their left shoulder.
I think that person is.
I was looking up like,
no,
I don't see anybody.
I think there is a person. I think they're cowering. I don't think they're sitting.
Where?
I think they're trying to hide behind that.
Behind her left shoulder, go straight up. Is a guy in a blue shirt, like behind the baskets.
Oh yeah, he looks like he's just sitting in a chair.
Waiting. The barber ran inside.
He looks like he's waiting.
Just watching the fight.
Oh, I'm not even seeing that. I'm seeing
straight dead center.
I see that guy now. I was seeing there's a person next to the green bush that's like hiding behind that table. So you see a head like over there. But yeah,
okay.
that person is just like, maybe that person's already dead and they're just blown up. But yeah.
Oh,
it does look like isn't a person in blue with their leg crossed.
Yeah, like he's just watching the
going out.
That's why I said he's waiting for his haircut. He's just very casually sitting there. Like, yeah, it looks like he has his hand over like his knee.
Yeah, it looks like a bald dude. So he wouldn't really need a haircut then.
You're right. No, actually, to me, it looks like he has a beard and hair.
Oh, maybe he does. He looks like a beard potentially. So maybe he's getting his beard trimmed.
What's this guy doing?
Yeah, he just got his leg crossed. It looks like.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Fresh Prince of Ravens is saying could be Pat and Fane.
Could be Pat and Fane just chilling out,
enjoying the show.
Oh my god!
I got
you have the still. Can you post the still in chat, Joe?
You want a still of this?
Yeah.
Okay. I got a shot right here.
Roar said Photoshop Bernie thanks to that guy.
Oh yeah. Omar, get Bernie sitting back there.
Hilarious. It's so little.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah. When we see it, it's gonna be like it's just like a shirt like hanging or something like that. Like
yeah.
Oh my god. No, it's definitely a person sitting there.
It does look like somebody's cross-legged sitting back there. That's so bizarre.
Yeah, but you're right. It could just be like there's like a shirt on a table, and then there's like it could just not be anything. It could be not a human at all. But
yes, that's what I'm saying.
It's better this way.
It's
like the Wizard of Oz when you're looking in the back for the munchkin.
Yeah. All right.
Oh my God. All right. Let's
next shot at 54 seconds, we have Perrin in armor with the enraged.
This is awesome. White cloaks behind him,
throwing up his axe in the air. Yeah, you get a white cloak. You get at least one white cloak behind him. It looks like there could be two white cloaks. Like there's one clear on his right, but then like directly like under his arm next to him, there's some white.
Yeah, there's another possible.
It could be a white cloak.
It's
hard to tell. It looks like a cloak. It does look like an actual white cloak.
It does.
And then there was, here we go.
We don't know if it's a white
Anas is yelling it out right here. On Perrin's left, on the right, bottom right of the photo or the image, it looks like that could potentially be Aiel.
Where?
But I'll take a screenshot.
Aiel already left to go get the Saldean army at this point.
She got.
Where?
I'm posting the picture in Discord, the right side on the bottom. Yeah, Innkeeper. Anna,
it could be. Yeah, it could be.
Put a close up of it.
She's sleeping.
Yeah, that looks like her.
If you watch it, there's like a motion, like she's lower in the shot, and then she kind of rises up through the shot. It looks like she's throwing like a dagger potentially.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. That's her. No,
or stabbing forward, thrusting forward.
Yeah,
I gotta watch the video. Hold on.
That's it. Let someone actually throw knives. Yeah, do it.
Oh my god.
Tom does too, but still.
Yeah, or she's thrusting a knife. I can't tell if she's throwing.
No, that's a throw
because it looks like a side. It looks like it's coming from like you would throw knives. You would do it overhand. It looks like she's coming from the side, so it could be a thrust. I think it could potentially be her.
I think it's her. That's to me that's the bold nose too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and Perrin's raging at somebody. He's raging in the different direction than everyone else because everyone else is behind him.
Yeah, but she's she's going to his left. The other people are behind him, and he's like, remember, the two rivers are being surrounded.
Yeah.
Like the trunks come from everywhere.
Yeah.
So he's just rallying, you know?
That's true.
I love it. This looks as brutal and as scary as I want it to look. I want it to be like
his face
what happens
amazing.
at the end. I know. Yeah, he's gonna crush it. Oh, this is like, this one shot makes me so excited about this entire storyline.
This is like my favorite chapter in the books. This whole part here. It gets me like every time. This is gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
And it's just the set piece is gonna be fucking.
I know. Oh man. All right.
That's
I feel
why,
like we do a whole.
Yeah, that's why there has to be channelers here. But anyway.
I hear you.
All right.
Well, I think there will be.
Next shot, 54 seconds. Alanna in despair, crying hysterically over a dead water.
Yes.
You gotta be.
Now, which one?
Well,
they both in this color, like greenish.
Yeah, I don't think you can tell.
Hard to
from
tell the coloring, but
you've got one guy who got recast this season, and the other guy is in a relationship with the showrunner. I think we know it's Ivan. Like,
I don't think so. I'm thinking they're sticking to the book
sense.
story, and I think Maxim, who's really Owen, right? Owen in the books is the one who dies, and Ivan.
Right. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to tell you why I think it's him. Not just because it's from the books. Remember in season 2, there's that scene between her and Maxim where he's like kind of getting, he's all kind of scared. He's like, I didn't think, we'd be fighting the last battle or whatever. Like he's very scared, it seems like, and like uncharacteristic for what a warder should be necessarily sharing, but obviously they have an intimate relationship. So I think that was kind of like a little bit of a hint and foreshadowing that he's not going to make it.
Okay.
So when you look at their outfits, Maxim has on a green shirt and Ivan has like a light blue. So if we're looking at color, I would say it's Maxim.
This looks charcoal to me. I can't tell. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying I can't tell what color it is.
I can't tell either.
It does look green. If she's in green, it looks the same color as her thing.
Yeah.
But like,
to me, that looks like Maxim.
All right. Shirt. We'll find out. 15 minutes into the first episode or whatever.
All right. We won't talk about any more like what we think this means later on because let's just keep it to here what we see here. But I mean, we were getting a warder's supposed to die in the book, right? And does die, so they're just changing where it happens, which could potentially mean that Alanna's not going to the Two Rivers, although there's some evidence to the
I think she's going.
I think she is going. From Rob and Malkia Talks said he pretty much knew that from when he visited the Two River set.
I think it almost makes sense. Like if they go there for the same reason they do in the books, which is like, hey, go on a recruiting mission. It can be kind of like, you need a break from all this. Like, just go out there and like be,
Varen kind of
get out of the tower.
Like, hey, I'm going here. Why don't you come with me to like kind of
just get out of it. This is a cesspool. You're not going to get your head clear. Come take a journey with me and let's work it out
on a magic carpet ride.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And the most confounding shot of the trailer is coming up next at 55 seconds all the way through 56 seconds. It is the evil Edmondsfield 5 plus Elayne.
Who's second from the left?
Mogedion.
Mogedian's there too. This is the new Forsaken.
So it's Perrin, Mogedion, Elayne, Matt, Lanfear, Nynaeve, Egwene, Rand. And Moiraine crawling
on the floor. Moiraine crawling with her hair cut short.
With a trail of blood coming from.
This is another one of Moraine's potential futures. We got it's a spinning camera shot, but how awesome do they all look in these outfits? I mean,
they do look good.
I can't wait to see this scene. Like, this is so twisted. Like, it looks like Egwene's got the binky in her mouth, by the way.
Yeah, she's dressed like evil Damane. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Perrin has got what is he? Is that long hair?
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like
he looks like a
long.
lot. Elias. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's got the dreads.
Awesome.
Matt looks like he's got some sort of leather kilt on or something.
Yeah, Matt's a little tougher for me to kind of get. He also looks like it's a midriff reveal. I'm not 100% on that.
I don't think there's a shirt under there though. I don't think that's his stomach.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he's got like
he'd be very pale. He'd be very pale if that was his stomach. You're right.
He looks like he's wearing, he's got like a leather like coat, like a shirt on, but yeah, it only goes up to like his belly button, but it's long sleeve. This is pretty cool. I love the costumes in there.
Yeah.
This is
awesome.
pretty sick. And look at Yosha Rand over there. He looks like he's laughing all the way on the right. He's got like a big grin on his face, while the other ones are just kind of like. Actually,
Nynaeve
Wayne
looks like she's enjoying it.
Yeah, Nynaeve does a little bit too, which is
Nynaeve looks a little bit like what's her face? Why am I blanking on the character's name? Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah, with like the braids. She's got like the big braids like going out in different directions.
Yeah.
And then Elayne's got like a top knot kind of thing going on.
Yeah, Elayne looks like a Spice Girl here.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% on that. But that's fine.
Oh, this is great, this shot. This might be my favorite shot in the whole, even though this is not like real, so to speak. It's such a great shot.
It is, and I love the ways with the islands and stuff. I'm glad that they got it more right after what the practical stuff they did in the first season. This is cool.
Oh God, this is amazing. This shot. And then we get Rand carrying right at the end here, about 58 seconds to about a minute or so, is Rand carrying Moiraine through the waist. She's got like the sand. It's even on her clothes and in her hair too, and on her face. Yeah. So this goes. Yeah. I'm guessing this is them coming out of Ruidian.
Yeah, this is him who comes with the dawn.
And if there's like you can kind of see, it looks like the sun is starting to rise. It's hard to tell. Like it's like very early in dawn.
The lights in the sky. It's still dark, but I think this is exactly what that is, right? This is the shot from the poster where you see them coming through the spears, right? Yeah. So, which line Rodian. I think this is it, and like again, I feel like both the poster and this shot is like, in a way, like a symbolic handoff of Rosamund to Yosha, going like, you have to carry the show now because this is my last season.
Yeah. And I don't think she's dead here. I mean,
no. Yeah. I think I think she's incapable of walking based on whatever she goes through in Rodian. But I do think that's why this is like, you're carrying it now. The weight is yours.
Yeah. And that's it. And then Wheel of Time, new season, March 13th. 95 or so days away, I think, last I heard. 3 months.
Yeah.
That's it.
We did it.
Anything we missed or that
I don't think so.
Bring up that we didn't talk about over the last 3 hours or so?
Hold on. Somebody asked a question for us right in the beginning of the trailer, so I'm going to go back and I'm just going to play it myself and say something. Hold on.
Yeah, Anna's posted a picture for the Maxim comparison. It does look like a similar sleeve in both of the pictures from the earlier shot we see.
Yeah, it does.
I think it's him.
Yeah.
Somebody did also talk about we didn't talk about the voiceover. Did you want to?
That's what I was just checking.
I don't have the voiceover because I have a downloaded copy. Like, I don't have the captioning.
So the question was like the voiceover in the beginning of the trailer. Is that Swan? I don't think the world is changing. Is Swan? Like the first line.
Who do you think it is?
I'm gonna guess that is that's. I'm going to say that's Latra. I don't remember what Latra's voice sounds like, but I'm going to say that's Latra.
The world
Like-
has changed. It does sound like Swan though.
It does.
It,
yeah,
it sounds like her. And it is her later on, right?
Yeah, there's the scene
don't-
in the. I think it's right. It's over the shot of Leandrin in the
Yeah.
Amaryllis seat. It
Yeah.
says like it's a mention of like
Yeah.
people
Those
infiltrating.
are different. Those are different voices, and there's an effect on almost the world is changing.
Do
Right.
either of you have the voiceover dialogue anywhere?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have
Go
it,
ahead,
but I
Jen.
can't play it.
No, I
Want
mean
me to
like the captions if you can
Read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The world is changing. And then it's who knows how deep the shadow's roots have taken hold here.
That's the shot over
that's Swan.
Leandrin, right? In the
Yeah.
in the Amaryllis seat. Yeah.
Then Moiraine, I've seen 1,000 futures.
Yeah.
And in all, hold on, I gotta keep going. And every future where I lived, Rand dies. Then she says like the only way he lives is if I don't.
Right.
It looks like she's
I think
talking to
that's it.
Lan at that period. But
Yeah.
there's more dialogue
Yeah.
right after that.
There is?
No, is that
No,
it?
think
I don't know.
so.
That's
No.
all. That's the
Maybe
voiceover
she
stuff.
the end. You cannot afford to fail again.
Yes.
That's Moiraine, but I don't know if she's saying
Who
that
she-
to herself or Rand. Sounds like it could be a pep talk to herself.
Yeah,
Right.
like
That could also just
She
be a
already
lot of
feels like-
dialogue. That could be a lot of dialogue from any part of the show.
Yeah.
Right.
To anybody that they're
remember how
using.
they released lines and then they re-recorded them to be more dramatic for the trailer.
yes.
And
yes.
then
Right.
like they were in the show but not delivered, and like there was
Right.
something from the first season
There
where
was the
she was
first
like
teaser.
the something about the women being powerful or something.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was like
She says it in
way
the
more
show,
dramatic
but it
line
was-
reading
didn't-
for the trailer.
Yeah. It was
Yeah, the
definitely-
show was part of the Egwene sales pitch, right? And it was just like, it's many things,
Yeah, right. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
And this could be like her telling Egwene, look, you're gonna have to connect to him. You can't fail again. Like
Yeah.
you gotta break through.
Oh, you think
And
she's
here
talking?
it's-
You think she's talking to Egwene?
No, I'm just saying it could be the same thing. I think Jen's right in the fact that could just be a delivery for the trailer, not for the show.
Yeah.
Right.
Just to add
I
on-
don't think that first line is Swan.
So Dana Lou in chat is saying it could be one of the wise ones talking as
Yeah.
well. She also
Yeah.
thought time with you, like Latra or someone in Age of Legends. I do like the wise one.
I do too. I think the only reason I think Age of Legends is because that's what you see when that line is being spoken. So but yeah, I like the wise ones. I like, that could be Ami's talking to Bear or vice versa.
Yeah.
Like about why are we?
Yeah. We have to
This is-
let her in.
Yeah.
This is definitely the longest time time it took us to break down a trailer for sure, and this was only a
Wow.
minute long. There was so much in it, though. I feel.
And we're thirsty. We're thirsty for stuff. We haven't gotten the kinds of set pictures and leaks and things that we've gotten for prior seasons yet. Not in the same way. This is our first real meaty
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've gotten something like this to talk about. So, all right. I think my voice is starting to go too.
Yes, I ran out of a drink
I
a
have to
long
go
time
eat
ago.
breakfast. I haven't eaten yet today.
At
It's a
1:30 in
little
the
late.
afternoon.
1:30 brunch. I'll have brunch.
Maybe we'll release
This
this.
is almost dinner time.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Shall we wrap
Would
it
you
up?
say release it in 2 parts?
I was thinking about that.
No.
No. It's old
Hey.
news by the time. we can
Yeah,
release
it's
the
already
second
old.
Not over 2 weeks. I just meant 1 day and 2 days. But no,
Oh,
I'll
all
release it all
right,
at
all right.
once. Is there anything else you want to talk about the teaser? Did you want to get a little bit more into the interview part? There's not too much. I mean, I think I brought up some of the stuff.
I think we could leave it. We can leave that for next week.
Yeah, well, we talked about it during as it was coming pertinent to the trailer. So I will say one thing: at the very end of the interview, they had a copy of the Wheel of Time. I don't know which book it was because it was in Portuguese.
It's the Eye of the World.
It was the Eye of the World that they signed for them when they after they did the interview. They walked over to the book and they signed it.
Yeah, I think they were doing
Maddie and,
giveaways at the con.
okay.
They did that for a bunch of different. I was watching the Amulet stage for a while, so that, a bunch of different guests signed stuff, and then I think they gave it away to fans.
Awesome. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. Now we just wait.
Yeah.
We wait for the full trailer, which should probably come if we're getting a March 13th release. They've been releasing the full trailers about 2 months or so prior. So,
6 to 8 weeks. Yeah,
so probably
prior,
sometime in January in the new year we'll get the full trailer. Maybe mid to late January. So
That's it.
yeah,
Rest our vocal cords, because that's going to be...
yeah.
Jesus.
I feel like that might be quicker because we'll probably see a lot of stuff that we've already seen in here in the full trailer.
Maybe.
There'll probably be, I'd say half of the stuff we've seen here will be repeated again.
Well, yeah, and I do think a lot of this was because this was like the first time that we got to do this for this season. I think we'll be more like, yeah, that's this. Let's move on.
Oh, yeah. And I think we'll get
like,
to see more of the other characters in the full trailer.
Yeah, I think
Hopefully.
you'll still know Matt. Don't worry about it. But like,
Or Nynaeve.
you'll get to.
Nynaeve.
I think you might get to see in the full trailer. There might be a Black Aja hunt impetus for the girls. You know.
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, and
there's-
like what Perrin's doing.
Yeah, there's no just like description about what anyone's really doing in this. There's no like storyline to the teaser, so maybe
No,
they'll give
you
us
don't
a
even
little
know.
bit of like.
You don't know that they're in the waste. That's
Yeah,
Morty, and that these are Aiel. You don't know any of that. Like you don't. Like
Yeah.
we know. Like
Yeah,
this.
well,
is,
you should know if you watch season 2 that those are Aiel, but
yeah, I guess. Yeah,
you don't know anything about what's happening
right. It's just
with
fucking
anyone.
crazy.
Yeah,
It's like,
And-
is this the new Dune trailer?
yeah.
All right, I think it's,
Yes, I mean,
I'm going to cut it off. I'm cutting everybody off. We're
Time.
going to wrap it up here. I want to remind everyone to follow us on social media. You could follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and also on Blue Sky. Join us over in Discord to continue the conversation there. We also post our episodes on YouTube, so be sure to go to our YouTube page to like and subscribe. Rate and review us wherever you listen to podcasts, and check out our merchandise and Patreon pages to support us that way. Links to all the aforementioned information are included in the show notes to this episode. Final words, Jen and Tom.
Said all my words. I have no more words.
this was awesome.
I'll say one last thing. There are so many spears, you could fill a bucket with the spears.
That's how many spears there were.
That's how many
Yeah.
spears there were. Thanks everyone for listening, and you'll hear us next time.